Alright, hello and welcome everybody back to the video, or stream in this case. I'm your CFI, which makes me your flight sim instructor. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it. I'm going to start off by saying I'm already sick today. So if you hear me sneeze and cough and all that kind of stuff, I'm just sick. So that's what's going to be happening. But I just reinstalled DCS yesterday with the intention of playing with my old friends, and I did do that with the F18 and F14 and got everything remapped and everything. I got a few kills on the Levant server. But today was greeted with this news of the C130 being released, so I thought, why don't we just do a very quick stream? There's no plan for this at all. I downloaded, installed it, mapped the buttons I think I should have mapped, and that's about it. We're going to do the startup training tutorial. That way we were able to start the airplane up, and then we'll probably take it for a flight, maybe do a landing or something. We do all the different training scenarios for maybe about an hour or so. So we'll check it out together. And if you guys don't know what DCS is, DCS World is Digital Combat Simulator, known to the veterans of DCS as Desktop Crash Simulator. And I've been playing DCS for about 12 years. Was really big into it for 10 of them. Ran a whole squad, did the whole thing, ran training missions, was one of the instructors on the club, all sorts of different stuff. Any airplane you'd like, I could answer a question before. But the last 2 years of that, I kind of just got really bored and kind of was more focused on real work. And then my other hobby of flight sim, the regular flight simming that everybody does. So hopefully I'll be able to show you DCS World as well, and you guys will be able to pick this airplane up if you want it. This aircraft is, I believe, $79 US, somewhere in that realm. So hopefully you like what you see and you get it. Before we go any further, I'd like to also thank my channel partners. Thank you to all the channel partners. You'll see them at the top right of your screen. Thank you so much, as we are still growing and getting bigger as a channel together. All the links for any discount codes or referral links on all that stuff will be down in the description. We will be using the Moza yoke for this today. I kind of just put on a random profile and hope for the best. So we'll be doing that. And thank you to the channel members, the people who support the channel monetarily. I really appreciate that as well. So thank you so much. Let's get into this, guys. A look at the comments really quickly before we get started here. I'm going to try to mute my mic while I cough, but sometimes I won't catch it. Matthew, welcome. Long time no see. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I've been on vacation. I went to the Caribbean, sick as well, by the way. I was sick the whole way there, and unfortunately, I just had a Tylenol and went through it. Still a really cool trip, but nice to see you gone. Again, miss your RJ content. We will be making more of that. We will be making more of that in the foreseeable future. But thank you for joining, Matthew. Ready to check, is the walk around thing part of the release? I'm not sure. I have no idea. I haven't watched any videos on this. Anytime DCS comes with an airplane, comes out with one, I usually pre-order it because I know I'm going to buy it anyway, so I might as well take the sale. But I don't know. I did zero research on this at all. I have a real life, well, not a real life buddy, but I have a buddy that I've been simming with for about 6 or 8 years for my old club 16AGR, who actually flies the C130 in real life. Not the J model, but flies the 130. So I'm hoping to learn a lot from him as well. Lucky, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. If you guys are new to the channel as well, please press the like button and subscribe. We are on the way to 13,000 subscribers, hoping to hit 20 by the end of when it's time for Expo. Hopefully hit 20,000 subs. All right, guys, let's press fly. This is going to be the training mission that's built in for free with the airplane. Estimate to 40 minutes. Holy crap. Let's take a look at the weather. It's, let's see, 0909 knots, 12-mile viz, 12,000 broken cloud. I guess this would be your temperature and dew point. It's kind of written in a weird way, and then altimeter of 1013. It says, welcome to the C130 Cold and Dark tutorial. In this mission, we'll walk you through the complete cold and dark procedure. Step by step, by the end, you'll be ready to get the magnificent bird up and running. A quick note before we begin. Throughout this tutorial, you'll hear me say response positive, This refers to command you can bind to your HOTAS, making it easier to advance through the steps. I might do that. However, if you prefer, you can simply press this. Oh, I'll just press spacebar. Now it's crucial to follow the instructions. All right, cool. There we go, guys. Let's start it up. Let's start this thing up.
Welcome to the C130J cold start tutorial. In this mission, we'll walk you through the complete cold start procedure, step by step. By the end, you'll be ready to get this magnificent bird up and running. Quick note before we begin. Throughout this tutorial, you'll hear me say response positive. This refers to a command that you can bind to your HOTAS, making it easier to advance through the steps. If you haven't already, I highly recommend setting this up. However,
InGen, this is DCS World, my friend. DCS World.
Spacebar to move forward. Now it's crucial to.
You know what, guys? I just realized I don't have. I usually play this. I usually exclusively play this with VR. Let's see if Toby will work.
Rushing ahead can cause problems with the mission triggers, so please just follow along and do exactly.
Yeah, I usually exclusively use this with, or fly this with VR exclusively on my Pimax, but today I don't have that luxury, so it looks like one of them.
What I say when I say, don't worry, I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Let's quickly bind this so I can look around here. Clear, clear, clear. By the way, the control mapping in DCS is far superior to a lot of sims. I guess I have to do it in the access. It's probably this one. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, well, we'll go back to... Oh, this is slow. Do we want slow? No, we don't want slow. Or do we want slow? Whatever, real slow. Down left slow. Down right slow. Down. Left. I don't know if it has that actual 8-way. Huh. Oh, that does work. Okay. Left slow. Down right slow. No, it's not going to work. I wonder why these aren't actuating as 8-way hats here. Yeah, the problem we're having right now, guys, is I have no way of moving my view because I don't use... I'm not using track AR.
You'll receive
I usually use VR.
And we'll also highlight the relevant switches and buttons in the cockpit. This way, you'll know exactly what to do and where to find it. Alright, you ready to get started? Press spacebar or your response positive command, and let's bring the C130J to life.
Let's see if I can get Toby to come up and running here. I remember jumping out of this bad boy. Never was in with such a fancy cockpit. Yeah, this is the J model. This is definitely the newer one. Oh, you know why I think it's not working? I think I have it turned off. Let's try Toby. There we go. Let's turn that on. Let's try again. There we go. All right. Well, that's kind of all we can do with moving our view, unfortunately. because I don't have anything else. So now we're using Tobii eye tracker to move my view along, which is all we got to do. Yo, what's up? Hey, SNA, welcome, welcome, welcome. Who would have thunk that a spreadsheet is the best way to present data? See if the head tracker device DCS is... No, that's not disabled. I had to disable it through... I previously disabled it through Tobii itself because I use VR only. Mr. Joe, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Let's press the space bar, guys, and we're going to move along.
Begin. Control boost switches.
Oh, this is going to be impossible.
Look up at the top of the overhead panel and make sure all the control boost switches are covered by the red guard. Press spacebar or the bind for response positive when you have confirmed they are all closed.
I mean, they probably all are closed, but I'd like to move my view there. Even the middle, this is the classic DCS trick, is middle mouse button, and then it'll let you to move, but it's not letting me do that either. Not even the numpad's working for me to move my view, which is super, super strange. It's almost like it's stuck. Yeah, see, this is even mapped to view, and it won't let me move my view. It's stuck. Yeah, she won't want to move. She's bounded for something. That is strange. I wonder if there's any... Oh, don't do that. This is why I only play in VR. It's just... It's the best way to play DCS by far. That won't be in. It won't be in there. All right. Well, let's press spacebar because they're probably closed.
Great. First step complete. Next, set all oil cooler flap switches to automatic. Click on the bottom part of the Y-shaped switch to select automatic. Once all switches are set, we'll proceed.
Oh my god, this is so hard to do with Tobii eye tracker. Yeah, I can't even get there. Sorry, guys. I'm trying really hard to get it. It seems like the click spot's not even working either that well. It's very hard to get. Five Snaps, welcome, welcome. We're doing a cold and dark mission in the C130, but I'm not allowed to move my view for some dumb reason, and it's making this quite annoying, actually. Can you use Shift D on the keyboard? Shift D. Shift D does nothing. Yeah, my bindings are set. You can see that little cockpit shake. I'm using my hat switch. It just does not want to move. Which I think might be because of Tobii. I'm not sure. I'm gonna unplug Tobii. It's still stuck. Let's see if I can find anything on Google. We're gonna search the interwebs. Yeah, it's basically saying a conflict with head tracking is basically what it's doing, which I suspect that is what that would be doing. But however, I just unplugged it, so let's do rescan devices, and let's see if it recognizes Tobii's unplugged. Nope. That still doesn't work either. Well, it works out here. It just doesn't work in here. Let's see, my VR is not even working right now. Let's back out of this. I have a theory. Maybe I can try something. This is the best plane of DCS right here, by the way. The Vegan. Yeah, VR is disabled. There we go. Maybe we can try that. I'm gonna shut the game down, guys, and I'm gonna just restart it just to see if it takes into account Toby's not working anymore, and then we're gonna try again. Man, I hate being sick. Phantom says, does Toby have a software that's running even though it's unplugged? It is running in the background. Let me go ahead and maybe turn it off here. The thing is, I have I have Toby literally turned off, but I'm gonna task manager close it as well. There's a lot of Toby stuff running actually. Let's get rid of all this stuff right now. Oh, it like turns itself on by itself. That's weird. All right, let's start the game. No Navigraph. I don't want to do an update right now. Yeah, Toby just keeps turning itself back on. I'm too sorry to hear, feeling the same. I just got tested positive for both flu and... Holy crap, that's crazy. We'll hope you get better, my friend. Toby services are running in the background, which is quite annoying. So we're going to click training and :dark, and I'm going to get the view to work for you guys again. There you go. Loading it up. Nope, cancel. Sorry for this, guys. Thought it was all going to be nice and easy to work. Nope, I still can't move my view. Still can't do it.
Welcome to the C130J cold start tutorial. In this mission, we'll walk you through the complete cold start procedure, step by step. By the end, you'll be ready to get this magnificent bird up and running. A quick note before we begin. Throughout this tutorial, you'll hear me say response positive. This refers to a command that you can bind to your HOTAS, making it easier to advance through the steps. If you haven't already, I highly recommend setting this up. However, if you prefer, you can simply press the spacebar to move forward. Now it's crucial to follow the instructions precisely. Rushing ahead can cause problems with the mission triggers, so please just follow along and do exactly what I say when I say.
I'd love to, but I can't look around.
I'll be with you every step of the way. For each step, you'll receive detailed verbal instructions, and we'll also highlight the relevant switches and buttons in the cockpit. This way, you'll know exactly what to do and where to find it. Alright, you ready to get started? Press spacebar or your response positive command, and let's bring the C130J to life.
Yeah, so I mean, my hat is mapped. You can see it shaking the screen. It's really preventing it from moving. It doesn't want to let it do it. And even the numpads on the keyboard, which should supposed to be do it, won't do it either. This works outside, the hat works outside, the numpad works outside, but it doesn't work inside, which is super strange. I don't know, Aviation Bros, we're just trying it out. I can't even move my view. I've been I exclusively play DCS in VR, but no one likes to watch that. So I'm trying to do this in 2D for you guys, but I have no way of moving my view. All my Toby stuff is turned off because that was conflicting. But I still can't move my view. Let's try doing it here. Nope. Still doesn't want to do it. You can see it's trying. I don't know if you see the shaking of the screen. It's trying to move, but then it just gets stopped. I wonder if there's a setting somewhere for Tobii eye tracker. Yeah, it's all good, Aviation Bros. I got about 12 years in this game, but I for the last 5, I've been only VR. I've never used anything else because there's no point. No. No, that doesn't matter. No, no. Let's check the C130 module. There's probably nothing in there actually about it. Enable ray tracing, yeah. Pulled out cold and realistic, sure. There has to be something conflicting then. Yeah, for sure. I just turned off. I have Tobii unplugged. I've turned it off. Both in the software and closed it. Head tracker. Let's clear all of that. I don't know if that did anything, but we'll try that. Let's also go to general in the control list here. I know you guys can't see it's at the top left of my screen. Head tracker. We'll clear that category as well. There it is. That's what's doing it. Clear all that. And C130. Let's make sure it's gone in there as well. Head tracker. Clear. Clear. All right. That's probably what it was. Let's go take a look. Start again. This is a great way to start a stream. I'm so thankful you guys are sticking around. Please press the like and subscribe. Really appreciate all you guys. I think I might have found it. Yep, there we go, guys. It's just because Tobii was mapped in the actual controls. So, there we go.
Welcome to the C130J.
Hey, now I can look around.
In this mission,
and if I do, I think it was
start procedure step by step. By the end, you'll be ready to get this magnificent bird up and running.
No,
A
anyways.
quick note before we begin. Throughout this tutorial, you'll hear me say response positive.
I miss VR so badly right now. I miss VR so badly. Real quick, guys, before we keep going, let's go ahead and map our gear. Landing gear up. Let's do it on the Moza yoke. Up. And landing gear down. Might as well do our flaps as well. I'll do increment of down. Increment of up. There we go. Perfect.
Making it easier to advance through the steps. If you haven't already, I highly recommend setting this up. However,
that's a weird way to take off, eh? Oh, look at that, a built-in flyby view. I wish Microsoft could do that.
Motion triggers, so please just follow along and do exactly what I say when I say. Don't worry, I'll be with you every step of the way.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Ooh, they have a
For
HUD.
each step, you'll receive detailed verbal
I got a HUD on both sides.
And we'll also highlight the relevant switches and buttons in the cockpit. This way, you'll know exactly what to do and where to find it. All right,
Copilot seat.
Get started.
Pressing number 2 gets to the Copilot seat.
Or your response positive.
3 is the cargo.
And let's bring the
4,
C130J to life.
5. There's no 6. All right, I'm ready to start it up. Let's go. Spacebar.
Okay, let's begin. Control boost switches on and guarded. Look up at the top of the overhead panel and make sure all the control boost switches are covered by the red guard. Press spacebar or the bind for response positive when you have confirmed they are all closed.
I see them all closed.
Great.
Spacebar.
First step complete. Next, set all oil cooler flap switches to automatic. Click on the bottom part of the Y-shaped switch to select automatic. Once all switches are set, we'll proceed.
Automatic, 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 automatic. I'm gonna wait until the second one just to read, or the last one to read the comment. Radio says the only way I'm gonna go back to VR is completely surrounded by screens. Nah, man. Even the screens don't match. The VR gives you such a much better in-depth 3D experience, in my opinion, and one-to-one head movement. I never can change. Personally, that's me. That's just me. Well, I guess if you're completely surrounded by screens, but
turn the generator switches on. This will ensure that the engines will start providing electrical power as soon as they are started.
Okay. So on is down towards the glare shield.
Let's verify the battery switch status. Look to the battery switch and confirm it's in the off position. Once verified, press spacebar or response positive to proceed to the next step.
It is definitely in the off position. Next page.
Okay, battery switch is off. Great, let's check the external power APU switch is in the off position. Press spacebar or response positive when you've checked the switch.
It's in off.
Next, ensure the ice protection propeller switches are off. Confirm the switches are off. Press spacebar or response positive to continue.
I wonder if I have to wait for him to say that every single time. I appreciate you guys, by the way, stopping in and chatting with me. Phantom says, I see you fixed it. Yeah, we got it. It was the head tracking was mapped in the actual controls. True refueling was hell without the... Yeah, dude, the depth of field on VR is unbeatable, especially with helicopters. It's amazing. Dominic, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're starting up the brand new C130 in DCS World. I actually have zero experience in a C130, obviously in real life, but also in any sim. I never really got into it. We're gonna make sure that they are in the off position. They are all in the... Yeah, it's a 3-stage, so off position.
Great job.
Great job.
Work on the bleed air panel.
Alright, bleed air.
The bleed air system takes high pressure air from the engines and or the APU.
We know what bleed air does.
And delivers it to many locations of the aircraft. Set both the left and right isolation valves to auto. Press spacebar or response positive when ready to proceed.
These are all isolation valves? That's a lot of isolation valves. You can isolate the entire airplane from air. So you got right wing de-ice, right ISO valve, and I can't read under there.
Great. All engine bleeds are set to auto.
Oh, okay. No, not all isolation valves.
Panel.
They're just engine bleeds and isolation
Ensure
valves.
that the emergency depressurization switch is closed and guarded, and move the pressurization mode switch to auto.
The hell's that? Let's go back to the front. What does he say? Engine bleeds are all set to auto. Yeah, and he says something about an engine pressurization panel. It's probably somewhere up here. Do I just press spacebar? Oh, what the heck? Battery off. I think this is where I usually encounter my usual DCS bug, where it just stops working. Unless there's something I don't see. You guys see any of those? That yellow? Nothing over there. Nothing over there. I think it just glitched. Ice protection, bleed air. That's a transfer between. Pressurization. Auto. I think it glitched, yeah, because it says great, all engine bleeds are set to auto.
Great.
What?
Now let's configure the fuel system. Ensure both dump switches are closed and guarded.
Alright, little
Also,
glitch there.
set the fuel tank selector knob to all off. Press
All right.
spacebar or response positive when complete.
Well, we somehow came back from that. Guarded on the left as well. That is set to off. And that he said was... Oh, the fuel tank selector knob is set to off. Alright, it's off.
Check to ensure the aircraft's exterior lights are off. Press spacebar or response positive when this is verified.
How's the stream, guys? Is it really choppy for you? Let me make sure this doesn't look too bad here. Okay, no, it looks good. Okay. Press spacebar, response positive. Check to ensure the aircraft's exterior lights are off. Off, bright, off, and off. Alright.
Okay, exterior lights are off. Now let's check the FADEC and propeller controls.
Ooh, FADEC. The CRJ has that too.
Full authority digital engine control.
Yes, it does.
This system automates many aspects of the engine controls and monitors it for performance and efficiency. Let's set FADEC switches normal, propeller control switches normal, ATCS on and guard down, prop sync on.
Alright.
Press spacebar or response positive when this is checked.
So normal, and we gotta do that. So, by the way, guys, if you are brand new to this channel, I am a real pilot. I fly the CRJ 900. So there's gonna be things that are very similar. The CRJ actually does have FADEC in it as well. So we'll go ahead and close. Normal. We don't have to turn it on like this, but normal. Oh. So off, normal, 3-stage, normal. It's already normal. And I think I can't really see that one. Let's do this. That switch is already down, and then propeller sync to on.
Next, we will check the fire and engine start switches.
Alrighty.
Verify fire engine handles in.
Yeah.
Engine start switches off.
Where are those?
Press spacebar or response positive when this is done.
Oh, these are the starters down here. Off, in. Spacebar.
Let's check the APU panel. APU stands for Auxiliary Power Unit.
Yes, it does.
And it's essentially
This
a
guy's really
small
good.
jet engine that provides electrical power and bleed air to the aircraft when the main engines are offline.
That is also true.
The APU on the C-130 is located near the left main landing gear.
Left main landing
Verify
gear says.
APU handle in. APU control switch stop. Press spacebar or response positive when complete.
Stop and in.
Next up is the ELT panel. ELT stands for Emergency Locator Transmitter and is the small radio that sends a signal out to mark the location of a downed aircraft. The ELT is set to automatically start to transmit when an impact is detected, or it can be manually selected on by the crew.
So this
Verify
is
that the ELT is armed and pinned.
so this is true in
Press
every.
spacebar or response positive
stop
to
dogging.
continue.
This is true. This and this ELT can will admit if something happened to the aircraft within a significant like G-force, and for most ELTs it's actually a 5G impact. So if you have a 5G impact, even on landing, the ELT will activate. I really appreciate you guys stopping in as well. You guys said it got choppy, but you reloaded and it's fine now. Perfect. That could be a me problem. I only had 1 or 2 moments where audio was lost. Okay, that was weird. Reloaded, it was indeed not me problem. Okay, yeah, that's super strange. I appreciate you guys subscribing and pressing the like button. Thank you so much for that, by the way. It is in the arm position.
Ensure that the windshield wipers are off. Press spacebar or response positive to continue.
That's on off.
Check the air condition and underfloor fan is set to off. Press spacebar or response positive when complete.
Under floor fan is off.
Verify the landing gear lever is down. Press spacebar or response positive when you've checked this.
Yeah.
Now we'll confirm the landing lights are off. Landing lights set to off.
Yeah.
Now the hydraulic panel.
I just hit the battery by
Ox
accident.
pump off. Anti-skid on.
Okay, anti-skid on. I can't click it. Let's go over here. On.
Excellent. Now let's check the aerial delivery panel. Ramp door switch off. Air deflector switch close. Press spacebar or response positive when this is complete.
Off and closed.
Okay, now we are ready to begin to apply electrical power to the
Yay.
aircraft. First job is to locate the battery test switch on the overhead console. Click and hold the switch to the left into the AV position. Ensure the voltage indicates at least 24 volts of direct current.
Dom Dan, welcome. Andy, thank you for stopping by, guys. We're taking out the new C130J in DCS World. Appreciate you guys all stopping in, pressing the like button. Please share with everybody you know as well. That would help the channel out immensely. And we're going to get back into it. We're doing the cold and dark startup. By the way, guys, every airplane for the most part nowadays starts the exact same way. It needs an electrical source, which is going to start off with DC and then move on to AC power, most likely, except for the F-14 is a bit different. Then you're going to need some sort of air source to send air throughout the cabin, but also mainly to start the engines. So every airplane's basically the same. Get your battery, get your APU and or a ground power cart, get some air running through it, and make sure the air is going where it needs to be going, make sure the electrical power goes where it's supposed to be going, and then you can start the engines. Every airplane starts basically the exact same way. Or it needs the exact same stuff, but the switches are just different.
Now click and hold the switch to the right to the utility position. Good. Now we are ready to turn on the aircraft battery. Action the battery switch down to turn it on.
Now it would have been nice to add little quirks and stuff, like for example, in the RJ, the battery switch, once you turn it on, you have 5 minutes. If you leave the switch on for more than 5 minutes with no other power to the aircraft, just battery power, and it's draining the battery, after 5 minutes, you'll probably have a dead airplane. More because, not really the battery has died, but more because the avionics fan wasn't running. I couldn't cool the screens down. So it would have been cool if they added some little things of how long can I keep this battery switch on without doing anything else.
The 4 large screens in front of you are the head-down displays, or HDDs.
Makes sense.
They are numbered 1 through 4.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that little picture. Look at that.
Watch for HDD 1 and 2 to come online shortly.
Okay.
Along with the 2 HDDs, the pilot CNIMU will turn on as well.
What'd you call me?
CNIMU stands for Communication, Navigation, and Identification Management Unit. It's a critical component of the aircraft's advanced avionics system, and it essentially acts as the central hub for managing all communication, navigation, and IFF functions. The third and final thing to check is to ensure that the 3 landing gear position indicators are showing 3 green. This means the landing gear are down and there are no faults.
Oh, there we go. That took a long time.
You can press the Master Caution Reset button in front of you to silence the
Whoa!
alarms.
Did I just move that cord? That's cool. I don't know why I'm so impressed by that, but that's really cool. Alright. Yeah, thank you.
Now we are almost ready to start the APU. Ensure that you're on the Power Up page on the pilot CNI. Press spacebar or response positive when you're on this page.
Power Up page. Well, it'd be nice if they told me what that is. I assume it's the default one. Got utility battery disengaged. Or discharged, sorry, because we're using the battery. The AV bat's discharging as well. That's not good. Real quick. Tom says, are you planning to use flight management computer to implement a flight plan and demonstrate the autopilot? This is my first time ever using this airplane, so we'll probably do some tutorials and see how it goes. That's kind of the general plan. But I'm sure the FMS is like a regular FMS, so we can go through it. Probably like the A10 FMS, actually. We can go through it with in time, of course. Crash Calvin, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. This is the replacement of the CRJ. No, it's not the replacement at all. The CRJ is much faster, much cooler, but it's probably not cooler, but it's much faster. Anyways, let's press spacebar.
Excellent. Now we'll move on to starting the APU.
Thank you.
First step is to turn on some exterior lights and let everyone know that things are beginning to happen around the aircraft. Set the external lights, top strobe switch red, navigation lights, bright and flash.
Flash, okay.
Now we need to ensure that the APU bleed is off by ensuring there is no green light inside the button.
That's true.
Press spacebar.
Okay, it's time to start the APU.
All right, let's
Turn
start
the
her
knob
up.
to the start position and hold it there until the green light appears. Once that happens, you can release the knob and it'll click back to the run position.
All right. Hold. Green light.
The APU is starting.
Let's go outside,
Monitor
guys.
the EGT, the exhaust gas temperature, to ensure it stays below 680 degrees.
There's the intake
If it
door.
climbs above that, the abort the APU start by turning the switch to stop.
Right there.
If the fire light illuminates, pull the fire handle to the right.
Thanks for all the subs, guys. Really appreciate you.
Great job. APU is up and running.
Yes, it is.
Now
You got
turn the
your
external power APU switch to
EGT
APU.
right
This
there in
will allow the
RPM.
APU to provide electrical power to the aircraft.
Oh, that's cool. So you have like a, you can either have it to external power or you can have it to APU. That's a pretty cool little system they got going on.
Excellent. Now that the APU is providing
AC power.
more aircraft systems will start to come online. Let's get the HUD down and turn it on.
All right.
Click on the spot of the HUD. Okay, HUD is down. Just to the right is the HUD mode selector. Select Tactical and Nav.
Tactical, nav.
Last step is to turn the HUD on itself by pulling the knob out. This will set the HUD to auto brightness.
Oh, out.
Okay,
There we
great.
go. Auto.
Let's make sure the radar is set to off. Press
Radar
spacebar or
is
response
off.
positive
I
when
really
complete.
appreciate you guys all jumping in, all 4 of you. Really thank you for watching. By the way, guys, go check out the description down below for any links on discounts and referrals. I really appreciate you guys who use the contrail codes and all those great stuff. So if you want to save some money on some stuff, go be sure to look at the description down below. We are currently in the C130J in DCS World. DCS World is a combat flight sim. In my opinion, the best flight models ever exist in DCS. That's my opinion. If you don't know who I am either, if you guys are just jumping in, I'm a rural pilot. I'm a civil pilot. I fly the CRJ 900 in North America for a North American airline. So I'm a little bit out of my element in a turboprop, but I've been playing DCS for 12 plus years, so we're going to be having fun with this today and just learning it. We're learning it together today, guys.
Okay, let's verify the fuel panel is set up correctly.
Holy crap.
Left and right dump switches, closed. FLCV test switch, off. Cross-ship switch, closed. Transfer switches, off.
I assume these ones.
Cross-feed switches, closed.
Access probably
SPR
cross feed.
valve and drain valve, closed, off.
Oh, these are cross feed. It says cross feed right there.
Off. Press spacebar or response positive to continue.
I kind of wish it
Test the smoke
told you.
detectors. To do this, we're going to look up to the AMU panel, which sits above the HDD's displays. AMU stands for Avionics Management Unit, and there are
How are the
4
sounds, guys, by the way? Let me know.
Pilot and 2 for the co-pilot. On the pilot's AMU, press the pre-flight soft key.
Alright. I was going to say, I kind of wish for that fuel one, I kind of wish they like individually did it, just because that was kind of too much all at once, in terms of you don't know where they are, but... Let's go a bit closer, I guess. Oop.
Now
Pre-flight.
on the left AMU, you should see smoke detector.
Smoke detector.
Smoke detector test is underway.
Alright.
Watch for the following warnings on the ACOS.
Master warning. We got the forward smoke under deck, left forward cargo, aft cargo, right forward cargo.
Okay, smoke detector test is complete. Now we do the fire test initiated. Watch for these warnings on the ACOS.
Master warning illuminated.
Look to see
APU
if the
fire.
Fire lights are illuminated on
You got the
overhead
4
rail.
lights here. APU firelight as well.
Fire detection test complete. Now we need to reset any tripped electronic circuit breakers, or ECBs. Press the ECB button on the COM nav breaker panel.
One second, guys. Really appreciate all you guys stopping in, by the way. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Now press the number 2 on the CMBP, and then the top left soft key to put the ECB page up on HDD2.
Okay, so press number 2. The HUD.
Great, you should now see the
Or
ECB
HDD2.
page on HDD2. Okay,
Interesting.
now we see the ECB page on HDD2.
That's right
It
here.
shows several breakers that we must reset before engine start.
That's funny.
What we need to do is enter each number and then reset them.
No way.
An easy way to do this is to enter all ECB numbers shown, one after the other with no spaces. Then we press reset twice. Type 108, 109, 481, 482, 483, 609, 613, 902 into the CMBP scratch pad and press the soft key for reset twice. Once you do, the ECB page will be clear of faults. If you don't clear the ECB panel before engine start, bad things can happen, such as engine fires. Beware.
Okay. Type 108, 109. Where are you getting these numbers from? Oh, 108. I see it. Alright, well, 108, 109, 48. I wonder if there's an order to this, or can I just follow this? 48. I'm going to follow this. 902. We've got 109, 609, 613, 483, ECB. Oh, I probably supposed to press reset. Damn it. Let's just try it out. 108, reset. There, okay, it disappeared. Alright, so 481, 482. So what we're doing right now, guys, is basically what he says, there's some circuit breakers that are popped every cold and dark start that you have to reset. And instead of going and physically pulling that circuit breaker, you're actually going to type it in this computer, and it'll reset the circuit breaker for you. So we're typing in the breaker codes right here: 481, 482, 483, 902, 109, 609, and 613, and then we're going to press reset, and it's going to reset all these breakers for us, and the warnings will and verify. There we go. Circuit breakers reset.
All pop PCBs have been reset. Now press the top left soft key to get to the the engine ACOS page should now be up on HDD2.
I see that.
Press spacebar or response positive to continue.
We'll get back to the comments here, guys. Alex, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Arrow, welcome. Thanks for stopping by as well. Thank you, guys. You guys are killing it in the chat, killing it with the likes, killing it with the subs. I really appreciate you guys. Alright, press spacebar.
Great, now let's test the warning lamps. Action the switch up and down to press the lamp lights.
Alright. So you said lav lights?
Check that all lamp lights are on.
Oh, lamp lights, I think he said. Yeah, lamp lights. Yeah, that's all working.
Great, we've checked the lights and lamps. Let's get the bleed air going now. Turn on APU bleed air by pressing the APU bleed air button on the overhead panel. Watch the green light to illuminate, and that bleed air pressure is within limits.
Guys, so basically from an aircraft general perspective, what we have going on the airplane right now is we have battery power, which is DC power. We have the APU running, which is this is a very tiny jet engine that's producing AC power, and it's charging the battery currently, and that's this panel right here. This is the APU panel. Let me go over here, you guys can see. Alright, there's the APU. Most airplanes, most airliners, I think all airliners basically at this point have APUs as well. And this is a third jet engine that's providing currently electrical power to the aircraft, AC and DC power. And what we can also take from this APU, this auxiliary power unit, is bleed air, or we can take air from that APU to provide it to the rest of the airplane to start engines and pressurization or whatever the airplane's designed with the APU. Some airplanes can use it for pressurization, some can't. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the switch on, and we're going to take the air from the APU, the compressed air, and use it in the airplane now. Open. So usually you hear like a rush of air.
Sure the bleed air pressure.
Here's the pressure of the air rising.
All engine nacelle bleeds are open. Now close the APU bleed and watch the pressure.
Okay, we're going to close it to see if the pressure drops.
APU bleed off. Now we need to wait for the pressure to drop to 30 psi, and then we'll start a 22-second timer.
Alright.
When that 22 seconds is passed, the pressure must be higher than 15 psi.
So basically we're seeing if there's any
or below,
leakages, I'd imagine. So here comes, I'm going to get my 22-second timer ready on my phone. There's 30.
PSI is 30. Start the clock.
All right, starting my
If it gets
clock.
to 15 in less than 22 seconds, we have a problem.
All right, guys, we have 15 seconds remaining. We're looking basically if it's if the APU bleed air is leaking at an acceptable rate. Got 5 seconds to go.
Okay, it's been 22 seconds, and the bleed air pressure is greater than 15 psi. We're good to go.
Perfect.
Now we put the nacelle shutoff switches back to auto.
Oh, I think they were always in auto, but wait, is auto the middle? Oh, auto is the middle.
Great, all nacelle bleeds are back to auto. Now, okay, APU bleed is open. Now let's close the left and right isolation valves and the divider valve. Did you see these advisories on the ACOS? Yes? Good.
Yep.
Now put the isolation and divider valves back to auto.
There we go.
All isolation switches are back to auto.
So isolation switches.
Okay, now let's set
Oh,
up
I'll
the
wait for
air
this guy to stop
conditioning
talking.
panel. Flight station and cargo compartment power switches on. Flight station and cargo compartment temperature manual switches off. Cross flow valve manual switch off. Underfloor fan switch fan. When this is set, press spacebar or response positive to continue.
Before we get to that, guys, isolation switches. Most airliners have them as well, or most airplanes have them if they have air running through it, because it allows you to isolate a certain side from air. So right now we're allowing air to travel from the APU side on the left-hand side all the way through the airplane right now. If we close these switches, the air, let's say we close these two, the air would be stuck over here. We'll put them back to auto though, so now the air can run freely. All right, he wants the flight status power on, the cargo compartment off, and underfloor fan to fan. There we go.
Okay, time to check the trim.
Oh, this is gonna be an annoying check.
Trim tab power switch is the off position.
Oh, you know what, guys? I never mapped my
There.
trim. Let me go ahead and map my trim real quick. I forgot to do that. All right, we have rudder and nose trim. So let's do the nose trim. Nose trim down. Nose trim up. Right wing. Left wing. And we'll do this side for rudder. Rudder left. Oops. Rudder right. And I just saw that I demapped something as well. So go back to the yoke. And it was here. I'll make it co-pilot and pilot. There we go.
Right. With the trim switch on the yoke, dial in some elevator trim, up and down.
Okay, that's set to
There
off,
should be no movement of the trim tab indicator.
which is
Once
where.
you check this, press spacebar or response positive to continue.
Yeah, all right.
Now we will check the trim tab emergency power. Put the trim tab power switch into emergency. Try using the trim on the yoke. There should be no movement. Press spacebar or response positive when you've checked this.
Well, I kind of wish he told me where the. Oh, I guess it's right there. Yeah. Okay.
Now, use the emergency aileron and elevator stick to move the elevator trim up and down. This should operate the trim. Once you've run the trim up and down in this setting, we will continue.
That's rudder. Emergency elevator stick to move the trim up and down. This should operate the trim. Well, he didn't tell me where the trim. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, those are the actual trim gauges. They should probably mention where that is. Yeah, I see that turning. I'm unable to right click it though. Let's go from this side. Sorry guys, I keep coughing. I'm sick. Go Lions. So I'm holding it full to the right. I don't know if you guys can see, but our gauge is moving full to the right now.
Can you see the trim? Ensure the trim indicator is moving out. Excellent. Emergency elevator trim controls are checked. Now put the elevator trim tab switch into the normal position. Use the trim on the yoke to run the elevator trim up and down through the full range of motion. Make sure the movement is shown and correct on the elevator trim indicator. When you're satisfied with the elevator trim, set it to 0 and press spacebar or response positive to continue. Move the aileron and rudder trims through their full range of motion, and then return them to center. Make sure to watch the trim position time to check the CNIMU. Ensure that you're on the power up page of the CNIMU. Press spacebar or response positive when you are on this page. Look to see that the CNIMU NavAid database is valid and the mission date is entered correctly. Also, look to see if the aligned pause is correct. If the aligned position data is not visible, just stand by till it is. It takes about 3 minutes from the time the APU power is selected on. Once the aligned position data is on the CNI, you can press Auto Nav.
Excellent. Auto nav is now on. Now in 1 minute 25 seconds on HDD1 and on the HUD, you should see the pitch ladder appear. Once this is visible, we will select Master Avionics On, but not before.
Okay, time to select Master Avionics on the pilot CNI. Alright, Master Avionics is now on. Now press the weight and balance off key. Let's verify the fuel load. It should be 17.5. The gross weight should now show 103.7. When you verify this, press the index key on the CNIMU. And now back to the power up page. Now we're going to tackle some more things on the CNIMU. First step is to build and or check the route that's programmed into the aircraft. When you spawn in, the C130J will have the waypoints from the mission editor built into the CNI already. You will have to type the destination field though. Let's get started. Now we will type the destination into the CNI, which is UG5X. Okay, now we'll cycle through the route on the CNI. Press next page to step through the route. Once you step through the route, press spacebar or response positive to continue. Now activate the route by pressing F. Now press X. Now that the route is in the system, we can start putting performance numbers in. Press per. Again, we'll double check the aircraft fuel and weight. So it should be 17.5 pounds of fuel and a gross weight of 103.7. Here we will check the climb speeds and set the transition altitude. The transition altitude is the altitude which the climb will change our altimeters over to the ICAO standard, which is 29.92 inches of mercury, or 1013 millibars. Today, this just happens to be the same altimeter setting we have on the ground. Enter 7,000 in the CNI scratch pad now. Now press the transition altitude is in. Press the next page button to continue. Now we're on the cruise page. You can see here our cruise altitude is set at 3,000. What we need to do now is put in the upper level winds. Today the winds are light out of the east at 12 knots. Enter 090/12 into the CNI. Press next page to see the descent page. We will now check and set the TOLD data. TOLD stands for Takeoff and Landing. We are now on the TOLD index page. First we will fill out the drag index. The drag index is a number that represents the drag coefficient for a particular aircraft with a particular configuration. This information might be found at the end of the aircraft manual, or the mission maker may give you this in the briefing package. Today our drag index is 10. Enter 10 in the scratch pad. Now we will enter our departure airport and runway into the top right field. Enter UGKS/09 into the scratch pad and press the top right soft key, the one opposite of the TOLD init. Now press TOLD init. Okay, we are now on the TOLD init page. On the left side of the pilot CNI, you can see a field for slope. This is the average runway slope, and it can be either positive or negative. The runway we're taking off from has no slope, so enter 0 in the scratch pad and press the soft key next. Now we will enter the surface winds. Put 090/09 into the scratch pad and press the soft key next to surface wind. The next field to enter is the temperature. It's currently -5 Celsius outside, so enter excellent. Now we will enter the altimeter setting. This can be entered in inches of mercury or in millibars. The altimeter setting here is 1013 millibars or 29.92 inches of mercury. Enter either value and press the soft key next to barrel. The next field is for the climb winds. We're only planning on flying at 3,000 feet on this hop. It's not really necessary to do this. Now press the takeoff data soft key on the lower left of the CNI to get to the takeoff data page.
Okay, on this page we see several numbers. Make note of all of these, but especially power, 4705 horsepower. Refusal speed equals 97 knots. V-rotate is 97 knots. And VOBS equals 114 knots. Once you have these numbers written down, press spacebar or response positive to continue.
Now that we have these numbers written down, we'll enter them in the mission computer. Press the MC index on the CNI. Press the soft key on the left for V speeds. Now we'll enter the speeds from the takeoff data here. The refusal speed is the speed which you decide whether to take off or abort if you have a problem. Anything below that speed and you can safely reject the takeoff if performed correctly. Anything above this speed you must go fly. The V2 VOBS is the speed you should climb away at. Refusal V1 equals 97. VR V-rotate is 97 as well. The V2 VOBS is 114. Enter the above values into the CNI and press the spacebar or response positive to continue.
Oh, my mic is muted. How long is my mic been muted for? Sorry about that. Mr. Major Mark, I was saying hello to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Major Mark. We're starting up the C130 Hercules. This is the J model. You've probably ridden on one of these before. And yeah, just setting up the FMS, doing the built-in cold and dark training mission, which is built into the airplane for free, which is pretty cool. So we're going to carry on doing that. Game with Goose, welcome, welcome to Hip to Be Square is one of my favorite songs, and it was just using the trailer, by the way, guys. That's why he's mentioning that. Alright, press spacebar.
Okay, we are now on to section 3 of the cockpit setup checks, which is the ref mode panel. Have a look up at the ref mode select knob. This should be straight up on the IAS position, and the value to the right should read 114.
114. That's our
Any other
V2,
value
basically.
than 114 is here. It means you did not set up the V2 VOPs correctly in the machine computer.
We did it.
We'll correct this if needed. Once it shows 114 in the window, rotate the knob once to the left. Okay, this is the rad alt setting page.
All right.
You can rotate the ref set knob on the right to change the altitude, which will get a warning tone as you descend below a certain altitude. Change this if you want to. Otherwise, rotate the ref select knob to the left again to set takeoff horsepower.
Set it to 200 feet. Left for horsepower.
We will now set the takeoff horsepower into the ref select using the formula.
See if I can find where it was.
Takeoff data, rounded to the nearest 50, and subtract 200.
I know he's telling me on the top right with text.
So in our case,
but
it's 4,700 minus 200 equals 4,500. When we set this into the aircraft, a hash mark will appear on the HP display. We will reference this on takeoff. If the engines are not producing the required horsepower as we're going down the runway, we will know that the engines will not give us the performance we are expecting. We may wish to abort the takeoff at that time. Rotate the ref select knob until the value reads 4,500. Once this is set, rotate the ref mode knob clockwise to the FPA setting.
So we did power total. There it is. So 4705. I was trying to find that. He already gave me the number, but he says using the formula, takeoff data rounded to the nearest 50 and then subtract 200. Okay, that's weird. So 47 minus, we'll call it 4700, and then minus 200 would be 45. That's the number they gave us, and that's the number we threw in there. I'm just wondering why you minus 200 from that. Anyways, that's good to go. We'll go to set to the FPA, flight path angle.
This is the FPA setting, which is the flight path attitude.
Our attitude, I guess.
This is the reference we'll see on the HUD and the primary flight display, which will indicate the amount of pitch up we'll need to make our performance targets.
All right.
A normal takeoff will rotate the nose up at 3 degrees per second.
Yep, same as
During
CRJ.
a max effort takeoff, it's crucial to get the nose to this position at a rate of 5 degrees per second to ensure obstacle clearance. Today, our thrust rate is under 145,000 pounds, so
Okay.
we set the FPA to positive 7.4. Set the FPA to plus 7.4, and then rotate
See
the
it
ref
moving in the HUD there?
clockwise again until you get to minimums. Now this setting will determine when the warning system will verbally announce minimums. Set this to the
Like it
local
changes right there,
approach
too.
minimums of whatever destination you're flying into. Let's set this to 200, and then rotate the knob back to IAS.
It's not really correct because that's based on ASL, but whatever. The other thing I want to mention, guys, is this is a great aircraft already. I can tell it's amazing, but I think this would be... It'll be used in DCS very well because of the combat role that it can do and the troop transport and all that kind of stuff. But in Microsoft Flight Sim, this would be amazing too if they could port this over. Back to IAS he wants.
Now we will set the AMU. Ensure that you're on the main menu on the AMU page and press the spacebar or response positive to continue.
Wherever that is. Sure, yeah, we'll be on the main menu page.
Press the PFD soft key on the AMU. This will bring up the sources used for the primary. The pilot sources should all be on 1, while the co-pilot sources should all be on number 2. Since we're flying from the pilot seat, make sure the FD source is on pilot. When you've confirmed this, press the main menu soft key on the AMU.
Pilot. Co-pilot's all number 2. FD set to pilot. Alright.
Now press the nav select soft key on the AMU.
Alright.
Here we need to confirm the following. Pilot nav is CDI iNav 1.
Yeah.
Winter 1 is TAC 1.
Yeah.
Winter 2 is TAC 2.
Yeah.
When confirmed, press the main menu soft key. Now we're going to set the nav radar onto press HDV1 soft key to get the nav radar connected. Now press the overlay soft
Whoa,
key.
that's cool.
Here we can change the parameters of the nav radar display. I prefer to take off with the range set to 10. Now press the soft key next to the 10. Press the overlay soft key again. Let's also make sure that everything else in the nav radar display is to our great. That's all set up. Press the main menu soft key on the AMU.
If you guys don't know, oh, wait for this guy.
We'll check the warnings and advisories that are there and store any of it we want to ignore for now. The only thing showing right now should be the anti-skid advisory. We want to keep that up on the display so we won't store it for now. TAWS stands for Terrain Awareness and Warning System.
Yes, it
and
does.
It helps increase awareness to the flight crew about the terrain surrounding their aircraft. Let's put that up on HDD4 by pressing the TAWS soft key on the co-pilot AMU.
Real quick, guys, I want to say the RWR, what we just turned on there to display, was this is the radar warning receiver. Most military aircraft have it, and all it does is it'll take known radar signatures and unknown as well, but it'll take known radar signatures from other aircraft and other ground-based sources, and it'll display it usually in a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3, like around in a bird's eye view format with you in the center. And it's going to tell you what radar source is either seeing you, and if it gets a certain energy from that radar, it'll tell you it's being locked by that person. And in a different radar source, it'll even tell you if it's being launched on by a radar missile in that case. And if it doesn't know what the source is, it'll say unknown or you usually on most RWRs. So that's an RWR, radar warning receiver. It warns you of other radars it sees, which is a very good system. It's built in basically all the North American aircraft and I think basically every military aircraft out there. We're going to click the TAWS, which is the Terrain Awareness Warning System.
Now press the HDD4 soft key.
Okay.
Perfect. Now we'll go back to the main menu on the co-pilot AMU.
There we go. That's kind of cool. So you get a terrain awareness. There's a little bit of a river right there.
Okay, now it's time to set up our communication radios and our intercom using the pilot CNI.
He sounds more tired.
The comm soft key on the CNI. Now we'll enter the ground control frequency of 132.0. Don't forget the decimal place link.
Okay, radio's tuned to 132.0. In order to hear things in our headsets, we'll need to turn on the intercom, select which radios to monitor, adjust cockpit setup complete. Now we'll begin the before starting engines checklist.
All right.
First 8 items are things we've already verified. The intercom is checked and set. Power up checklist complete. Cockpit setup complete. Exterior lighting panel set.
Yeah.
The top strobe is on red and the nav lights are flashing.
That is true.
Clear the APU, not applicable. The APU is running.
Yes, it is.
External power APU switch is on APU.
Yes, it is.
The fuel management panel is checked. Next step is to reset the FADEC switches. Reset all 4 of these now. Excellent, all FADECs are reset. Now we need to reset all the NIUs, which stands for Nacelle Interface Units. Make sure on the main page of the AMU, press spacebar or response positive when you're there.
Main page. I think I am on the main page, yep.
Okay, from here, press AMU. Okay, we are now on the engine page of the AMU. Press button 1. Okay, now we have the engine diagnostics page up. Press button 4 to get into the NIU reset page. On the AMU to the right, you will see the NIU reset page. Cycle through the engines by pressing button 1. On each engine, press the NIU reset button to reset each one. When this is complete, press spacebar or response positive to continue.
Number 3, and the 4th engine. All right.
Great. All NIUs are reset. Let's get back to the main engine data. Okay, we are back on the engine data page. We will leave it here for now. We are now going to check if the low speed ground idle lights, LFGI, will illuminate and disengage. Ensure the throttles are in the ground idle position. You can reference the pilot's right AMU and see that the PLA values are about 17.5. PLA is the number that references the angle of the power levers. PLA of 17.5 is ideal for ground idle, but anywhere between 16.0 and 18.0 will work. Now press the low speed ground idle buttons under each throttle and make sure all 4 are out. Okay, all throttles indicate LSGI. Now move all the throttles forward to the flight idle position. Watch and make note that all
Oh, look at that.
lights are off.
It
Now
is
move
off.
the throttle back into ground idle.
I think my throttle is doing. There's takeoff. No, I know. Max continuous, flight idle, ground idle,
Good, the throttles are back to ground idle.
and max reverse, I
Press
guess.
the LSGI buttons below each throttle and make sure they are illuminated. Next in the before starting engines check is to ensure we've completed the bleed air panel setup and the air conditioning panel setup. Since we've already gotten to this stage, we'll call both of those set.
Yep.
Next step is to ensure the ramp and door controls are set to neutral. This is a loadmaster or crew chief item, so we'll say that they're checked. Now we will check the hydraulics. Sets anti-skid switch on. Emergency brake select switch. Emergency. Aux pump switch on. Pressure's checked. Engine pump switches on. Next item is to confirm with the crew chief that the nose landing gear, NLT, pin, and shocks are removed. Before starting engine checks complete.
Sweet. Mark
The
says.
engines may be
I'll
started
wait for this
in
guy.
any order, but number 3 is typically started first, and number 4, number 2, and number 1 last. This is due to the aerospace ground equipment, or age, that is typically connected to the left side of the aircraft.
Makes sense.
There's lots of things to do and monitor when you're starting the engine, so be prepared.
Alright.
First, ensure the engine display is on HDD number 2. Press space bar or response positive to continue.
Let's go main menu. PFD. No, not PFD. We got the engine on number. I guess that is HD2. All right, yeah, that is set up. Mark says, I'm hoping it will work with Simat Pro CH47 has both displays working after the last update, and the Moza update has the turboprop setting also. Ooh, okay, sweet. Let me go to the Moza right now and set my turboprop setting on. I didn't even know that was a thing. Where was that? Anyways, we'll do that later on.
When the engine start switch is turned on, we will be looking for several things. First off, we'll note the green light next to the start switch becomes illuminated.
Okay.
Then we'll check the engine display on HDD2 to see a box around the engine readouts and ensure the clock is started.
Okay.
We'll check to see that there's a bleed air pressure drop. And we'll note the NG, engine oil pressure, and fuel flow are showing movement. And finally, we'll note the engine lights off, gearbox pressure is within limits, and that beta shows on the engine display.
Holy crap.
Okay. You got all that?
Nope.
Let's go. Turn and hold engine 3's starter switch to the start position until the green light comes on.
Okay, right click and hold. Let's try again. Right click and hold. Oh, there we go. I got nothing. Well, that can't be good. Damn. The motor worked. Huh, that's weird. We followed all the steps. Put a flashlight on there. Auto, 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 auto. Open. Maybe let's reset these again. All right, start. Hey, thanks, Mark. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. Let's try let's try number 4 or number 1. Huh, that's weird. I got nothing on that. What if I motor it? The motoring works. I didn't pull these, did I? Let's go. Turn and hold the engine 3 starter switch until the green light comes on. That's not working. Unfeather it. Let's try that. Yeah, we did that. It's so the bleed air is left in auto. Everything is in the auto mode. So this airplane is capable of automatically switching the ISOs open and all that kind of stuff for us. Nope. Huh. I mean, the only reason the starter won't work, one, if there's a starter problem in real life, but two, why the starter wouldn't engage is most likely an electrical thing. There's no other reason why that starter shouldn't be turning on, because the starter is not run by bleed air. Maybe that's the issue. We could try it. I can close all this. There's zero pressure now. And I'll try with everything open. but it's not supposed to be. He said we did a whole tutorial, so I followed the steps as they've instructed in the steps, and they've said to have everything in auto for this startup. But we'll put everything in the on position here. I've noticed the APU is increasingly getting hotter. Nope, that did nothing. We'll go back to the auto position. Throttles? Oh, maybe. You know what? That's actually a good idea. I wonder if my throttle's in the because I think what's happening is I don't know if this is in reverse or not. Let's see. Click all those. That was a good note. Let's try that. I'm not sure if my throttle axis is one straight axis, or do I have to click something to get into reverse? So I'm gonna leave my throttles all the way idle. I was having them in the ground idle position. Let's try that. Nope. Motor works for sure. That's what the green light looks like. Fuel cut off? No, fuel has nothing to do with this. Fuel does not have to do anything with the starting, with a starter separate from a fuel. A starter should run. I'm gonna go up with the throttle till I hear the ground idle click. Let's try again. All right, let's try that.
Engine's boxed on the display. And
Okay, that's what it was.
Did you see the bleed air pressure drop? I hope so. Note the oil pressure is coming up.
The
And
bleed
flow
pressure drop is
going.
right here. So it dropped from 40 to 15, 17 area. NG's rising. The oil pressure. Yeah, everything's auto. Again, all that stuff should not inflict a starter. So it was Alex Pitts with the winner. So what I have to do now is I have to try to find a way, because I'm going to constantly be going into reverse, basically. Because my throttles are set throttle left, throttle right. I kind of wish that's going to suck. I wish it was a button to get into reverse thrust. Because now I have to like play my throttle with no detent there, which is going to be really annoying. Alright, run around there.
Okay, the start light is off and the engine is stabilized.
Starter cutout.
Now we'll repeat the process for engine number 4.
Do you not put that in the stop position? I guess you leave it in the run position. Alright. There it is. The pressure is dropped again. Box over number 4. Yeah, throttles are unfortunately on one axis. Yeah, that sucks. Just under 3060 to 3070 Ti overclock. Walmart has a great deal. I'm ready to get into it. Oh, nice, man. Enjoy it. I went from a 4080 to a 5080. In Microsoft, I didn't see a difference, but in DCS, I do see a big difference. Beautiful sounds. All right. Let's go ahead and start number 2.
Let's start engine 2 now.
Yep, already ahead of you, buddy. You can see we got the pressure drop. Bleed air pressure drop. Got the box, the timer. The NG's rising. Look, everything's shaking in the cockpit. That's cool. There's the fuel added in.
And finally, let's start engine 1.
There's no fuel being added. It just it does it all for you with FADEC. Is that a flight control check? My yoke just moved. That was weird.
bring up the checklist and go to settings? I don't know what you mean by that, my friend. We're doing the built-in cold and dark start tutorial mission.
Only one more item left, and that is to reset the FedEx one last time.
Oh my gosh. Reset.
Starting engines checklist complete.
Roger.
Okay, now we will get into the before taxi checklist.
So now we're going to turn off the APU,
First step
basically.
is to close the. Now we'll upspeed the engines by taking each out of LSGI.
Okay.
It's time to start the
Hear that?
runway
Whoa.
system test. While that test is running, we'll test the flight controls. Ready to begin? With the engine anti-ice on now. Great. Now move the wing anti-ice switch to anti-ice. And put it back into DX. This will start the bid. Great. The bid test is running, and we'll set the flaps and start checking the flight controls.
It's kind of hard to hear
Flaps
him.
to 50%.
50%. Is he going to stop me? It's not going to stop me. Alright.
Great. Flaps are set at 50.
Where the heck is that?
Cycle the flight controls. Yoke all the way forward, all the way back, left and right. Also check the rudder movements, left and right.
Full left.
Yoke left.
Full right. Full off. I gotta lock my chair here. I can barely hear the tutorial guy now.
Rudder right. Rudder left.
Alright.
Yoke right.
I did all this already, but we'll do it again.
Okay, flight controls are free and correct. Now we need to put the PFD on your flight display back onto HDD1 and HDD4 which are test. Press spacebar for response positive when you've done this.
PFD primary flight display back on HDD1 and HDD4 from the pressure test. Now we need to put the PFD primary display back on HDD1 and HDD4. Okay, so PFD. Oh wait, PFD. And HDD4. Alright.
Ensure the pilot AMU is on A menu and press the G-Pod. For this mission, we want to make sure the TAWS, G-CAWS, stall warning, and pusher are all on. Press spacebar, response positive.
Stall warning on, pusher test, side slip on, okay. Probably press
We will
pusher
now
test.
perform. Okay, the 11-second timer has begun. Do not move the yoke at all.
Do not move the yoke.
Press auto to disconnect now.
So we're doing the built-in training mission, so no worries, my friend. Press autopilot disconnect now.
Good job. The stick pusher test is complete. No. A pause indicates the test has failed. Hey, it's been a minute 30 since we've started the ice protection bit test. Check to make sure the bit is cleared on the main pause, and then put the wing and rudder switch.
Yep, engine test is still there.
And the engine anti-ice. Great. Now we will ensure the prop anti-ice switches are in auto.
Auto.
Now we move on to the automatic flight control system, DCS, and the autopilot check. Press the heading button and the select button on the pilot wall.
Heading select.
Now turn on the autopilot. Okay, the autopilot is on.
Just making sure the autopilot will turn. You can see it's turning there. It's trying. Autopilot is engaged. Works.
The yoke should turn in the direction indicated. Now use the autopilot turn wheel to check.
Now use autopilot turn wheel to check the roll. Alright, let's do it again.
And space bar for response positive.
Yep, we can do that. We'll disconnect the autopilot again.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
You see auto. Excellent. Now it's time to set the takeoff trim. Set its trim to 0 and ensure the
trim to 0, rudder is 0, ailerons are 0 as well. Alrighty.
Okay, now we'll set the air conditioning panel for this flight. Set the flight station and department power on, and the underfloor switch to heat/fan.
On. Heat fan.
Panel is set. Okay, set the radar to on. Set the nav lights to steady. Okay, nav lights are on steady. All that's left is to turn on the exit light and release the parking brake. The tutorial is ended. Go fly and
Sounds good. That's the entire tutorial complete. However, they left the APU on, so I'll leave the APU. I'll turn the APU off. We don't need that anymore. They should have told me to do that. Alright, that's the entire cold and dark startup completed. We are just going to kind of have some fun and do a bit of a takeoff here, guys. And see how everything goes. So, I've locked my pedals in. I'm going to bring my camera up for you guys so you guys can see it. Here we go. This is the camera. This is the Moza yoke that we're using. I have my CRJ profile because that's all I'm going to be using for today. Parking brake looks like that guy, which I can't touch it. Look at those sounds. The sounds are awesome. Thing is, though, I can't turn my parking brake off. To set depressed pedals. There we go. Awesome. Oh, they modeled it. They modeled it like a real one. Oh, we're going backwards. This is the problem with that one access thing I was talking about. Now, I have no steering ability. Add my power back in. Yeah. I keep forgetting that the reverse is there's basically what's happening is this is one axis on the throttle, so if I go all the way in my physical axis, it goes into reverse, which is kind of annoying. So the rudder works, but I need a tiller access, or I need a way to set it as my tiller. Let's see. Nozo steering. We'll put that to the rudder as well. Let me do modifier. Let's do this actually. Let's do modifiers. Add from Moza. That button. No, can't use that one. We'll use that one. Good. Axis assign. Nozo steering. That's the modifier. And rudder. Cool. There we go. I thought there was a mechanical device that wouldn't let you get to reverse. There should be, but not in my physical throttle. There's one in the real throttle, but there's not one in my physical throttle. Yeah, I know what the mechanical stops are. So you guys just joining in, by the way, thank you so much for joining in. We just did a full, complete Cold and Dark startup tutorial by the in-game training missions. And if you guys are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate the subscription. I'm a real-world CRJ 900 pilot, so I fly the CRJ 900. I've never flown a turboprop before, but it's basically a jet with a prop on it for the most part. And I really appreciate you guys jumping in. If you guys are interested in the C130, be sure to go check out on the Eagle Dynamics website to buy the C130 there. The game, DCS World, the game is free, but the module costs money. It's a really, really in-depth module. My favorites in DCS are the F-14, the Viggen, the Hornet, and A-10 and Apache. Those are my all-time favorites. Whoa, Mr. Flight Sim Gaming! Sorry, I'm still sick. Coming in with 10 gifted memberships. If you guys received a membership from Mr. Flight Sim Gaming, be sure to go and say thank you to him in chat. Say thank you to him on his stream, which will be streaming shortly. And go subscribe to Mr. Flight Sim Gaming as well. Lonnie, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that, my friend. But yes, if you guys are new here, please do subscribe. Go subscribe to Mr. Flight Sim Gaming as well. And also go check the description down below, as you might be able to find a lot of discount codes for some of your favorite flight sim hardware and software. So be sure to go do that. Let's turn all these down. These are really bright. All right, guys, with that done, let's go ahead and line up runway 27. Actually, runway 09. Let me quickly fix my heading indicator. 090. We're clear on the right, we're clear on the left. Let's turn some of these lights on. Which I don't really know where the I don't really know where the landing lights are, but we're just gonna go. Actually, I think I saw them. Okay, this is a bit of right engine power only. This aircraft I wanted to fly as a kid, and now we have it for DCS instant purchase. Yeah, man, it's really well done. DCS never really does wrong with their modules. All their airplanes are really, really well done usually, but this one is very, very in depth. There we are, nice and lined up a little bit to the right. That's okay. We can correct it real quick. Awesome. I'm gonna love this airplane, man. I'm gonna love to get to learn this airplane. I just wish I could get a boom. I wish I could get this D10. I want this D10. I hate that if I go idle my physical throttle, it goes max reverse in the actual airplane, and I want them to put something in there that I can change that, because that's really annoying. Let's turn all these on. Probably should have done on as well. There we go. Now they're all lit up like a Christmas tree. Alright guys, our V1 is 97, our rotate is 97, our V2 is 114. I'm going to add some power here just because I'm getting some warnings, and I want to see what the warnings are. Co-pilot heat off and pilot heat off. Where would that be? They didn't tell me to turn that on. Ice protection. Probably another guy right there. Probably window heat. Let's do a test.
Flap. Flap.
We're getting a flaps warning now. See if I can find where it tells me. Is there a setting of flap anywhere here? Or is it just literally the handle? There has to be a setting here somewhere, a flap indication. Maybe on the HUD. Looking for movement and numbers. Nope. There has to be a screen location of flap somewhere. Wings and cowls on now. We don't need that one. Here's the flaps here, but I'd like to actually see if there's an indication somewhere, some sort of actual indicator of flap. There has to be somewhere. Alright, we'll set it there. Again, guys, I usually do this in VR, so I'm kind of out of my element here with my 2D screen. But let's get going. It's probably going to yell at us. Is on the center panel under the second HUD, or the HDD. I think he probably meant this guy over there. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. It's right there. Yeah, thank you. That's where all the trim stuff is. There's flap 50 right there. Perfect. I was going to say there has to be an indication somewhere. All right, let's go ahead and release our brakes. And we're going to put it all the way into the takeoff D10. Nose steering disengaged. Now it's all rudder. 4,700 for the horsepower has been selected. There as rotate, I already passed rotate a long time ago. I'm used to like a CRJ, where it takes a lot longer than that. But if you want to rotate, we'll go gear up. This yoke feels really cool with this, guys. The Moza yoke feels awesome with this. Oh, this is so cool, guys. I've been waiting 12 plus years to get a transport aircraft like this in DCS. I'm gonna go ahead and select, it's probably, I want a speed mode of some sort. I don't know what they'd climb at. I think it's at 140 something for us, so we'll just do 150. That's close enough. Which is an incredible climb performance on this airplane. That's insane. Look outside. Look at that climb we're doing. That's incredible. Alright guys, why don't we just kind of climb up. We'll do a couple of steep turns. We'll kind of just fly, get the handle of this airplane a little bit, then we'll come in for a landing and we'll call it a day. Let's go ahead and nose down. So, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hold 5,000 feet, which we're climbing up to right now, 150 knots on my current heading. Well, actually, we'll go back to 090. Alright, now believe it or not, guys, and I challenge you, if I gave you a heading, a speed, and altitude to fly on, especially without a HUD, a lot of people actually struggle with it. The HUD makes it very, very simple, but I think I have some aileron trim that's not playing nice with me right now. There we go, let's go ahead and fix that. There's 5,000 feet. Trim it out a little bit for it. The trim is a little quick. It's a very quick trim. You don't actually need to press it all that much. I'm just gonna let go. Airplane wants to nose down. Alright, let's bring it back up. Just getting the feel of this airplane now, guys. Really appreciate all you guys stopping in as well. Let me just fix my view here. We got 88 of you guys in here. Thank you so much for you guys all sticking around and being in here. Again, I'll introduce myself for you guys who don't know. My name is YourSimCFI. I started this channel, well, this version of the channel was started last year, but I've actually had this channel for about 5 years making DCS content in the VIG and other airplanes as well. So I've been playing DCS for a while. In real world, I fly the CRJ 900 airliner, regional jet. And so I'm well versed. I used to be a flight instructor in real life as well. So if you guys have any questions on flight instructing or airline life or the CRJ or whatever, feel free to ask as well. And join the Discord. I'm starting a new series, by the way, guys, where we are me, my friend Moorwright Rudder, who is a 747 pilot, and hopefully my buddy who flies a 320 are going to start a series called Pilot Rates and Pilot Reacts. So if you guys go to the Discord, post your landings and post any videos you'd like us to rate or react to, and that'll be a new series we're going to start. Alright guys, so she's flying pretty straight for the most part here. A little bit of trim needed here and there. A lot more trim than I thought. Now we're going to do a steep turn. Let's do 5,000 feet. We're going to roll it back on a heading of 090. A little bit extra power inputted. There's 45 degrees. A lot of pullback required to maintain. A lot of pullback. A little bit less power. It's so easy with a HUD, guys. We do this in the CRJ and the sim to practice on your very first initial sim, and it's a lot harder without that HUD, let me tell you that, especially in IFR conditions. We lost 80 or 90 feet. Let's try to get that back. There's a 45-degree angle. 150 is the speed I want. 5,000 is the altitude I want. We're going to roll out on a heading of 090. A little extra power coming in. About to roll out here, guys. Be sure to bring your power that you've increased. Make sure to bring it back. A little bit of rudder as well. Hold off that extra power. I rolled out a bit to the right. 5 degrees right. 40 low and 5 knots fast. That's all within a PPL and CPL standard, actually. So I'm pretty happy with that. That was pretty good. This airplane hand flies really well. This yoke makes this fly really well as well. That's too many wells. You can see all the adverse yaw. So what we're going to do now, guys, we kind of been flying it. I'm going to back out and I'm going to press quit. We're going to change it to daytime because you guys want to see this in the day. So we'll change it to daytime. We'll fly in the daytime. So we'll do instant action. This is my favorite plane in DCS, by the way, guys. The Vigan is an absolute treat to fly and fight in this game, in my opinion. Let's take it on the... oh, there is no missions. There we go. We'll do landing at Sanaki. Sorry, I've been getting rid of your comments here. I'm C130 crew chief. I saw the trailer and got very excited. Hey, Arctic, well, thank you so much for stopping in. And if you'd like to join our Discord, please go ahead and join it. Let me know you joined, and we can do some DCS stuff together. It'd be awesome. I have a buddy who flies this airplane in real life as well. Not the J model, but he flies whatever the Canadians fly. You can also set the reverse stuff by opening the in-game settings menu, left shift C. Clicking on settings, you'll see a number of options, including a method to set reverse point. Oh, okay. Let me do that right now. Let's press pause. Left shift C did nothing. Right shift C did nothing either. Let me be out of pause. Left shift C. There we go. Has to be out of pause. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that, guys. Can I pause and this stays open? Yes, I can. Can I manipulate it? That's really cool, guys. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Star. Let's go ahead and select our... See if we can find it in here. It's a huge laundry list of stuff. Checklist, nav cargo, landing files, manual settings. English, reverse thrust D10. Okay. Ray tracing high. Come on. Auto reverse? No. Let's unpause. Oh, it's changing to ray tracing high. Whoa, that looks weird. We're like all around autopilot now?
Autopilot.
That was my countermeasure button. Yeah, it's on auto throttle. I forgot how to turn that. I had a button that I
Check-out
meant.
secured.
I had a
Check-out
button.
secured.
I had a button for that. But...
Check-out secured. Check-out secured. Check-out secured.
There we go. All right.
Throttle.
Oh, there we go. All I'm trying to do right now, guys, is I'm trying to.
Check-out secured. Check-out
She has to
secured.
stop talking to me.
Check-out secured.
All I'm trying to do, guys, is set my reverse D10. So I'm gonna go full idle my physical throttle.
Check-out secured.
I don't know why this keeps
Check-out
going
secured.
back. This is super annoying because I can't look.
Check-out secured. Check-out secured. Check-out secured. Check-out secured.
All right, let's just fix this guy a little bit
Check-out
here.
secured. Check-out secured. Check-out secured.
We'll just spin the knob somewhere so she can shut up. Trim it out a little bit there. All right, let's see if I can fix my throttle now. Wow, it's super annoying. If I touch that window, there's flight idle. If I do that, what happens? Oh, it's still flight idle. I guess it just changes in the air. That's my physical throttle. I want that to be the reverse D10 right there. Okay. Let's not do that. Cargo, nav. Sorry, let's turn that off for now. Alright, I know where I am. Sanaki's just off to the right. So we're gonna go fly it over there. What do you want? What do you want? That went away. Okay. Let's just press restart. I think what happened is I went to reverse in the air, maybe. Might be a dumb question, but can you actually pull power out? I thought it was always full power and the FADEC controlled prop pitch. You should be able to. Yeah, because you're just choosing what power setting you want, and then the FADEC's going to control the...
Autopilot.
Oh, I forgot the autopilot's on.
Autopilot.
Why would they start me on landing mission with autopilot on?
Autopilot. Check altitude.
Alright,
Check altitude. Check altitude.
there we go.
Check altitude. Check
Let's shut
altitude.
you up. Off, off, off,
Throttle.
off.
Throttle.
Yep, don't need you. So I think my throttle. Yeah, so my throttle right now is going to max reverse in the air. So now that I have to change that again. All right, let's set it like that for the time being. You stay right there. Settings. Can I turn like reverse D10 off? 'Cause okay, that was weird. Anyways, guys, Sinaki's on the nose. I have no idea what landing speeds and all that stuff. We're just gonna feel it out, guys. There's an airplane's an airplane. I'm gonna put all my real world experience to use here, and we'll figure it out together. Just having fun, guys. Just having fun. Also, remember when you're on the ground, if you go into LSGI, you need the APU on low speed ground. Is that what it is? Like the low idle mode? Sounds good. Thank you. When you roll out, you putting opposite rudder? I am, yes. If you don't put opposite rudder with your roll, sorry, not opposite rudder. I'm not putting opposite rudder. I'm putting rudder with direction of roll. So, for example, if I just use my hands, I'm gonna go to the outside view right here, guys. I want you guys to take a look at the nose. Let's say we wanted to start a left turn. If I do no rudder, look where the nose goes first. If I could use no rudder. Look how it goes left and then it swings to the right. We don't want that to happen. So we use rudder in the direction of our roll. So what we're going to do in this case, if I want to do a coordinated turn, I do left rudder, which is my foot right there as you guys can see, with my aileron. So we'll go left rudder, left aileron together. Now everything comes together. It's a lot less kind of fishtaily. It doesn't just do this and go, it doesn't roll like that and then come in, it just rolls and it goes. So any roll you do, especially in non-fly-by-wire aircraft, is going to be accompanied with rudder. Now I think that ray tracing destroyed some stuff, so I'm going to turn that off because our sim went to garbage. Let me restart the sim there. It did not like that ray tracing on. Not the DCS settings menu. Aircraft itself has its own. Yeah, we found that one. Thanks. What is your curvature set for your yoke? It's all default. I don't know why I went to nighttime, but now we're...
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Stop. There we go. Off.
Throttle. Throttle.
Yeah.
Check altitude.
Thank you. There we go. Now we're going to fly out. All right.
Check altitude.
The only problem now
Check altitude.
is I don't have a way of going into reverse. Is there a reverse button? Does anybody know? So we're landing right there. If you guys can see it, Sinaki runway 09 right on the nose. For the time being, guys, I'm just going to click auto reverse. It's already on, so now that makes it easier for us. Yeah, Jen's kickoff in LSGI. Okay, cool. Thanks. This is pretty cool, guys. We got our TAWs up with RWR as well. Got a bit of a map display there. let's go ahead and bring our gear down. Hopefully that's under the gear speed. RJ's gear speed's 220, so. Look at that massive nose gear coming out. Awesome. I do flaps to a couple notches. Buffeting is usually not a good sign. I assume if it takes off at 90 knots, 97, I assume it lands around 190 or so. So we'll probably start to approach it around 100 knots or so, which is incredibly slow. That's insane for the size of airplane, how slow this thing can take off and land. Let's maybe have a quick look down here. Doesn't have it. All right, we'll do it later. Let's do the next notch of flaps. Is there auto land / ILS feature? I believe there's an ILS. I do not know if it auto lands, but there is an ILS. There is an approach button. And most likely, in my if I had to guess, would be able to do RNAV and ILS approaches. All right, we'll put the full flaps out. A lot of pull and trim required now. Yo, fly by boat, welcome. We're flying the brand new DCS C130J. Absolutely fantastic airplane. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just having fun. We did a full cold and dark startup tutorial. Not me giving the tutorial, but the built-in training mission. And now we're doing just a nice little landing. We're just kind of flying around and having some fun. To go out of reversers, you bring power levers slightly forward. Yeah, I know how it works. The problem is I don't have detents for that stuff. I have about 40 hours at on a classic Dash 8 sim at CAE for a program I did before, so I'm aware of a bit about turboprops, but I fly jets IRL, so I'm not completely clueless. I don't have the detents on my physical throttle. I don't have the detents stopping me, so when you go idle, it goes right into reverse in the air, and I don't want it to do that, so I turn that off. Kind of wish that freaking giant star went away. Is there a landing mode of the HUD? Probably is. Visual. Let's go visual mode. Then Cat 2 mode, so probably could do Cat 2 ILS. Maybe not Cat 3, but you do Cat 2 at least, which is kind of cool. Let's get a bit slower, a little bit lower. By the way, guys, I'm pretty sure this is a multi-crew airplane, so if you guys play DCS, we can all hop in one ship together. I want to say it's multi-crew. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be anyways. Pretty good. Turn our nose steering back on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's our nose steering working. I don't know, guys. I think that was pretty decent. There's no replays in in DCS, unfortunately. What do you want? Edits get off. Alright, that's fine. Nice landing. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think that went pretty well. Oh, we got 100 of you guys in here. That's incredible. You guys have been killing the subscriptions, killing the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys all here. Again, guys, if you don't know who I am your SimCFI. I used to be a real flight instructor before. Now I fly the CRJ 900. So if you guys fly Microsoft Flight Simulator, I also worked on the Aerosoft team to bring to you the version 2 of the CRJ, and the version 2.1 flight model was all my flight modeling and flights. So if you guys fly the CRJ in Flight Sim, I appreciate you flying it. This is the Moza yoke. If you guys want to help me out, if you're going to buy this yoke anyways, I have a link down below that you can have my referral code with, and I really, really appreciate you guys using my link down there to buy this. I actually bought this with my own money because I tried it at the FS Expo, and it's been solid, and I love it. It's awesome for this airplane, and awesome for Microsoft Flight Sim as well. So thank you guys so much for subscribing and liking and doing all that great stuff. Why don't we just do some circuit work? So we'll bring our flaps up to the 50 position, and we'll just kind of hand fly this thing around. We're just going to get a feel of the airplane. It's okay if you guys comment some technical stuff and do this, do that, but honestly, I'm just going to have fun with it. It's the day one of launch, and I'm just going to have fun with it. So that's cool. This airplane is so well made, guys. There is so much to this airplane. You can dive into this, which I will be probably. All right, we'll go ahead and take our parking brake off. It's gonna yell at me because I don't have takeoff modes or anything set, but we're in the takeoff detent. I'm gonna turn off my nose steering. I think it was that button. There's rotate. Beautiful sounds. Gear up. Now in the CRJ in real life, we're pitching around here on our takeoff. Believe it or not, we're around the 15 to 17 degree line. There's 1,000 feet in the radar altimeter. We'll hold 1,000 feet for our pattern. This thing flies so well, guys. With this yoke, and the flight model is incredible. Is there an RAF skin? There probably is. I was just in an RCAF skin, the Canadian Air Force skin. So I would assume there's a Royal Air Force skin as well. Thanks, Mathis, as well. Might be... Alright, I read that one, sorry. Alright, we'll go ahead and gear down. Turn labels off on one of those there. Now, guys, of course, if you have VR, which I do, or Track IR or Tobii Eye Tracker, which I also do, this airplane would be even cooler. Probably in VR, it's really, really awesome, actually. I can't wait to try this in VR. That's not too useful, eh? That HUD now. So that's like GTA 5 now. That's the GTA cam. Going over to Trevor's airbase. Next notch to flap it. You guys are killing it on the subscriptions. Holy crap. We've gained like 40 today. Absolutely insane. Appreciate all you guys. With the base C130J in the game, we will probably get the MC8, WC, and AC130. Yeah, dude, the AC130 would be so cool to get in this game. I even want to be a tanker, the KC130 would be really cool to do too, in my opinion. Hey man, would you mind doing a full interior tour later? Yeah, we'll land and we'll go around. I don't know how to move my view inside the, like I know how to change here and stuff, but I don't know how to like actually move about the cabin, if that makes sense, but I'll try my best. C130J long? Yeah. When's the Moab? We'll have to figure that one out. We'll do some rearming on the ground, see what we can load it with. The short will come when they release the MC. Okay, sweet, sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this does look like the long one. Oh, I've blown past my circuit. Let's go back in here. We'll fix it. I'm just too busy reading comments and having a good time with you guys. Nothing to see here, folks. No one sees, no one sees. I've recently been in contact with Moza as well, they might be sending me something cool to review for you guys, which I will be using on DCS and then Microsoft as well. So hopefully that comes to fruition. Again, guys, the only way we get to show you guys products on this channel, if you like, subscribe, if you use the links down below, it really does help. So approaching at around 105 kind of worked last time, so we'll do that again here. Happy Thanksgiving, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you for being here. Hopefully your Thanksgiving dinner went well and you're full. Now that you're full, pull up a drink. Or just chill with us. Airplane's kind of having a mind of its own a little bit here. This yoke. There we go. We kind of got a little better. A little bit more power. Tiny, tiny bit. We're going to fix our center line as well. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Stall. Stall.
This thing lands so well, man. If you guys are used to the airliners in DC or in Microsoft Flight Sim and stuff, you will be all over this airplane. Alright, well, let's put the parking brake on. And we'll go here. Someone said if we wanted low idle mode, we need to go and turn the APU on. So why don't we go ahead and do that? The APU, run start. Starter engaged. You're going to notice the RPM will start to increase and the EGT will start to increase as well. There's the intake door for the APU that just opened up. Let's bring our flaps up to the 50 position, roughly. There's no leading edge slats, there's just flaps in the back. Looks like Fowler flaps, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong on that, though. 3 pushing Loadmaster, sounds good. You can move, etc. with the WSAD keys. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Smooth, Arctic says. Alright, we got 100 RPM, 300 and stable on the EGT there for the APU. We'll go up here and select our power to the APU position. And now I can select our low idle modes. Oh, look how nice and quiet it got. Awesome there. Sounds great. Sounds good. Okay. This is number 2. This gives you the co-pilot view. This is number 3, where you get the Loadmaster view, and I can walk around as as Star said, with WASD. However, I can't look around. I turn with that? Nope. Turn with that? Nope. Turn with that? No. Alright, well, I'm restricted to looking that way. So this is the door back here, which can be opened in a certain way, I imagine. I just can't move my view. And you can have stuff physically loaded in here, so let's check out the rearming menu here. Turn the cameras off for the time being. Fuel tanks. There's some different liveries you got here. So someone says there's an RAF livery. There is an RAF livery. I'll put it on just for you. Whoa, look at this.
Add new. That's hard to get to. Oh, I see. Let's get rid of that.
Whoa, that's just crazy.
Ramp not open. Loading operations not possible.
Auxiliary pressure in PSI. Lights. That's cool. So you can change the type of rollers, on or off. You can see this is on, so they have rollers in the cargo bay. And off, there's no rollers in the cargo bay. No nearby cargo to stage. Presets. There's nothing preset. Resources. This is crazy. Loadable. Missiles, rockets, bombs, liquids, equipment. Let's load some missiles. Let's load some... Can we load some Phoenixes? One pilot seat, two pilot... Yep. The button 4 behind throttle. You can bind the lock around in settings. The look around, sorry. Oh, there's a different look around settings. Alright, let me do that. That's kind of annoying, actually. But there we go. Just controls. Loadmaster. And let's do... Oh, you know what? It is not working? It's because this is still here. Clear category. Yes. There we go. Just because my it's just because my Moby thing was still engaged there. This is the whole airplane, guys. This is oh, you can't go in there. I was really excited if you can go in there. Can I click this? No. With that, no. I like looking for giant red buttons and clicking them. That's the first thing I go for. The oxygen there. This is really, really cool, guys. This, other than it not being a fighter, so I'm not going to use it as much, or an attack, or you know, something that can actually shoot. Other than that part, this is one of the most in-depth airplanes I have ever seen in any flight sim. Really, really, really well done. It's absolutely insane. You need to go back to the cockpit so you can transport troops. Yeah, I remember the door being somewhere around here. They had me click something for the door. Defensive systems. Aerial delivery. Ramp door. Oh, that's cool. Does that actually work? Oh yeah, you get the green lights. Caution. Red lights. That's cool. Shoot, deploy. Alarm. Oh, that's so cool. This airplane is, I'm loving this. Oh, look at that, the air deflectors are opening. So when people are jumping out or anything's jumping out, they will get, they'll have a bit of air deflection. That's really cool too. Turn on the aux pump, co-pilot side, front panel, left knee. Yeah, I think I remember over here, aux pump on. It's the ADS control panel. I don't know what that means. Oh, air delivery system. There we go. Go away, menu. That's so cool. Guys, this is so cool, man. Look at that.
Spawn new cargo.
Ammo. I can place it in different spots. That's cool. Let's put it up there. Container. And then we'll do the Moab. That's really, really cool. Okay, so now we got nothing loaded. Wait, I want to see it. Oh. It didn't load it, did it? Oh, I think it loaded it. There's our ammo crate. There's our container. We couldn't get the Moab in here. I'm just clicking stuff, to be honest with you guys. That's crazy. Stage the Moab just behind it. Can I not do it? Is it too heavy? It's probably too heavy. No, I can do it. Can you even walk out now? Oh, that's cool. You can walk out. It's because you were standing inside where it was loaded. Oh, okay. Well, really quickly, I'm going to unload this. And I want to walk out. That's so cool. How far can I go? To Everett? Let's try to load like container. Ammo. I want to see how heavy we can get it. I'm definitely not a load master. I'm a load loser. not do it with that one. Let's delete that one. Look at that. All this stuff is laid out here. Look at that. Oh, what the heck? She walk into the props? Alright. I think I'm scared. Can't jump. Nothing happens. There's the air APU intake door. This is so cool, guys. This is crazy. I've been playing DCS for over 13 years, and there's never been an aircraft this in-depth. The F4 that recently came out is very in-depth as well, but this is on a different level for that for the loading. It's all getting loaded up. Oh wait, I'm stuck now. Whatever, I'll stand right here. Just found your stream. Hope you're enjoying the C130J so far. I'm a pilot on the J. If you have any questions, hey Chris. Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for stopping by and pressing the like button, subscribe, and all that great stuff. I'm just hanging out and having fun with you guys. I'll do my usual thing. If you guys don't know as well, I used to be a flight instructor back in the day. I fly the CRJ 900 now, so I am pilot airline wise. Today I'm off. Still sick. Unfortunately, I've been sick for a bit. So we started this channel a long time ago making DCS content, and we've moved on to making flight sim content. But starting to get back into DCS again, as I kind of took a 2-year hiatus. Was kind of bored of it after 10 years of playing it nonstop. That's all I would play. So we're getting back into it, and I really appreciate all you guys stopping by and hanging out. If you guys want to check out any links in the description, be sure to check down there as well for any links on any discount codes and stuff like that I may have. So thank you so much for stopping in, pressing the like button, killing the subscription goal for today. So thank you so much. Chris as well, Chris Kirk. Feel free to join the Discord in the description. I'd love to chat and talk to you and have you in my DCS Discord. It's just a very small, quiet group that we just talk and chill. I've been playing with my same friend group for 12 years. A lot of Marines and all that kind of stuff that we just all play together. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have tons of questions for you. Not at this point, just because I'm just kind of chilling and having fun and looking around and seeing how to do certain stuff and that kind of stuff. We've been flying beautifully with the Moza yoke as well. So really impressed with this module. He's a pilot and he has a pilot and CC in stream. I don't know what that means. Oh, I see. Yeah, we have a pilot here and a crew chief. Who is the crew chief? Is the crew chief still here? Or is it you, Arctic? Am I completely forgetting right now? Hey, glad to see you're enjoying the module. It's a lot of fun. Dude, it's awesome. It's crazy cool. It's 1,000,000% worth the money. I've paid for X-Plane and Microsoft and P3 and FSX products that were not worth it. This is worth it. Awesome, Chris. Thank you. I'm going to send you the Discord in the channel, or in the description. It's my main channel, but I'm going to go ahead and grab you real quick and send you. See when you join in here. Let me know when you join in. I'm going to send you an invite to my DCS club. It's a very small club of a close group of friends that I've been playing with for years, so they'd love to have you. We actually have in that group as well my buddy Wex, who's a Canadian operator on the 130. So not the J model, but flies the old one. I think it's the H or something they fly, so we'd love to have you in there. You break out of the M4 yet? No, it has it too. Doesn't I think the Apache has an M4, right? Maybe the Kiowa does? Or is it Kiowa? I think both of them actually have an M4. This one have it too? Can I drop this on anybody? Anyways, let's go back in the cockpit. Let's go ahead and... can I close the door with this? Not that one. Can I close it like that? Oh, I can! Look at that! This is so cool, guys. It's a very big departure from the whole takeoff, shoot, and land DCS approach. Look how much quieter it gets to. Alright, we can turn our aux pump off. We'll leave that in the off position there. We'll put the caution on, don't jump out. I'm just making stuff up as I go, I promise. Our flaps are set to the 50. Let's go up one. 50 position. Regular TCS rearmament. Yeah, I got pods. Fuel and fuel. There's nothing for Jado. That's all I got. Alright, well, I think the only natural thing to do is to take off with this thing. Can I move this guy? No, he's just kind of... he's just kind of stuck there. Man, I hate being sick. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that... Can I turn this off, please, Mr. Gang? This won't go well. Hold left shift C. There we go. Right side of aircraft diagram to load the rifle into the airplane. Right side of diagram to load the... I got 2 cargos. Oops. Yeah, I can't left or right click on any of these. Cargo bay M4 under rear. Oh. Let's roll that up.
Request rearming. Rearming complete.
Crew chief might get pushed out when you dump. Okay, so we got to rearrange some cargo here. Let's turn the aux pump back on. Hey, I'm learning something. Open the door. Or whatever, we'll do it back here. Down. No, wait, keep going. There we go. It was stopping. I'm gonna get some water, guys. I'll be just right back. Just gonna go get water very, very quickly. Also shove my mouth with some cold cuts and hungry. Anyways, let's unload this. Let's move my guy to the back. And let's reload it. Alright, now we're safe. We can close the door. That would be your Loadmaster load. They usually sit in the crash-worthy seats by the paratroop doors for takeoff and landing. Let's see what it is. Nope, can't go in there. Can't go over there. I think we're going to leave my guy right here. I think that's all I can put him. Block 6, he says. I have no idea where that is. Oh, there's a diagram on it. Well, if I do this, I guess you're saying around here, 605, 620, it's like around this area. I kind of put a Moab there. I'm gonna leave them standing up. Yeah, I don't think they intend to block 812 stuff. Makes it more complicated. Yeah, it's probably real world stuff. But we're just chilling, having fun. Our virtual guy will be just fine. Anyway, if you have the rifle loaded, there are binds under C130 Loadmaster to draw it, and then fire. The last time I tried development, the gun wasn't modeled. Okay, well now I have to try this. Just controls, weapons, equip sidearm. Oh god, this is funny. Let's make it that button. Fire sidearm is gonna be. Actually, let's do that. Let's do this. All right. Equip sidearm. Ha! That's so funny. That's hilarious. I can literally just shoot. It's like the worst aiming ever, but all right. That's funny. That's funny. All right, our aux pump is off. We're super heavy now. Obviously, you're supposed to edit your gross weight and your all your V speed and everything. I'm just gonna take off, and probably if it was a 97 takeoff with nothing on it, probably around 120 with some stuff on it. I'd imagine. I'm completely fudge factoring everything, and we're just gonna call it a day because we're just having fun here, guys. Just having fun on day one. That'll be the name. That'll be the name of the series. Having fun on day one. That's a that map a bit less bright, less bright, less bright, less bright. All right. Let's go ahead and turn our low modes off, followed by the APU. Alrighty. Let's put 47 in that. Can't see anything. Oh, you know what? Left alt L. There we go. Doesn't move. Awesome. Select IAS. Nope, doesn't work either. Select. Nope. Well, anyways, we'll be fine. Let's go into tactical nav. Let's go up to like 20,000 feet or like 15,000 feet or something. 15,000. And we will set runway heading is basically already set. That's good enough for me. Well, that's alt cell. Oh god, it has an alt cell button, like just like the Q did. Alright. Alright, cool. Let's go parking brake off. Let's go ahead and give you guys the yoke cam back. There you go. This is the Moza yoke. If you guys want to purchase this yoke, I'd really highly recommend watching my review video on it and then using my link in the description to purchase it. It would really help out the channel. Takeoff position. Got the nose of steering on probably until about 60 knots or so. What I mean by on, I mean by my rudder controls the nose of steering. There, I just turned it up. My rudder's rubber now. You want to rotate? Oh, it's definitely a lot heavier. I'm not going to force her into the air. Hopefully that wasn't a tail strike. Definitely a lot heavier though. You can really feel the weight now. I'm gonna go gear up. Heading mode. flat cell mode. Yeah, you can feel the weight. It has a lot of adverse yaw. Chris, can you answer that question? Is there that much adverse yaw? You can see just a little bit of yoke pressure will cause that adverse yaw that's coming in. I'd be very amazed if that actually is how it is. That'd be quite annoying to deal with. You gotta use your feet quite a bit. RJ has a little bit of adverse yaw in real life, but not as much as this. This is incredible. Alright, we'll bring the flaps all the way up there. Only change on the you can only change on the yes, I think they showed me in the tutorial where that was. I'm gonna get an autopilot and I'll go find it in a second there. On the ground anyways? Never mind. Impressive that they've modeled that detail. Oh, it's incredible. The flight model is really cool. I've never flown Hertz. I've flown 172, I've flown a Seminole, and I've flown a CRJ. 200 in the sim, and 900 in real life. I currently fly the 900 for my job. That's what I'm saying about the adverse yaw. It's quite impressive. Let's see what Chris says. Yeah, lead the turns with a little bit of bottom rudder. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty realistic. That's quite impressive how much rudder you need with it. The RJ you can get away with making control like this and not getting too much adverse yaw. But if it was a very big, in any aircraft without flying a wire, then you're gonna need your feet. But it's quite impressive how much adverse yaw is going to be. All right, let's attempt to turn on the autopilot. Right now we're in heading. We're in alt cell. Auto thrust is off. I'll select IAS so it has a climb speed I want. And we will select the autopilot on. There. So I assume is pitching for 220 right now. Which it looks like it's doing. It's maintaining the heading quite well. Awesome. This is very CRJ-ish as well, except we don't have auto throttles here. Your goal is to keep the doghouse centered on the ghost flight path marker. You mean diamond over the velocity vector? You mean like if it looks like this, that's what we're talking about, looks like this, then I'll know what it means. What's your usual climb speed? You guys in the 170s, in the 180s, 210? Because RJ land we're 250 then 280, so it's not going to be that fast, I assume. Let's turn my flashlight back on. Yeah, if you start the turn, a doghouse appears if you aren't coordinated. Let's see that.
Autopilot.
Oh, there it is. Is that what you're talking about right there? Let's turn it back on autopilot for now. Check perf climb in the CNCI for scheduled climb speeds. In the perf page, it tells you the climb schedule, but you can change it. Normally climb 200 until 10,000, then just moving a little quicker. Oh, okay. It's pretty slow, man. 200. Actually, we're above 12,000 or 10,000, so maybe 210. So about that. I did not know it was this slow. Makes sense though. It's a big bird. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the aux pump back on. We'll head back here for some mischievous things. Open. Oh, we probably left the switch on. No, I didn't. I guess you guys do that below 10,000. Or do you do it above it, 10,000? What do you guys do? We're level at 15 grand, so we'll just bring the thrust back a wee bit. Oh, we have a look at that. We have like an acceleration trend. That's pretty cool. That's easy, bro. That's nice. I like that. I love HUDs, man. Yeah, in the RJ we fly, the captain has a HUD. There's no HUD for the FO. They don't have a speech right that nice. That's a lot nicer. Oh, look at that. That's a picture right there. That's beautiful. All right, how do I shoot this thing?
Unlock.
Oh god, it went. Wait. Does it explode? Did everything leave? I don't think it's gonna explode. Probably wasn't armed. You guys let me know if it does actually explode or not. In the sim, that is. Well, that clears up our cargo bay. Can I jump off of this thing? That'd be hilarious. Oh! Loadmaster has died. It's at the top right. It says the Loadmaster has died. Alright, well, we're just gonna go back in here and pretend nothing happened. Just close that door real quick. Alright, let's go back to daytime, guys, because you guys don't want to see nighttime. We're probably going to end the stream pretty quickly here, guys, but this was just a... I did the training tutorial mission at the very beginning on how to start it up, and just kind of wanted to fly it around and see how it flew and that kind of stuff. So I'm starting to love this airplane. Is it going to become my main? Probably not. It won't be far off. My main is my mains are the Viggen, as you see on screen, the Tomcat, the Hornet. I do like myself some Mi-8 action. I do like myself some Apache and A-10 action as well. First of all, let's check out the actual Herc screenshot. Where is it? What I need them to make, I need them to make the like the Air Force Challenger, so I can fly my RJ in this sim. That'd be awesome. Here's the Herc. Oh, there we go. That looks cool. That's a good little picture of that. Did you arm it? I didn't. So I guess we're gonna have to try this again. Is basically what I'm seeing. We have some VR equipment, so I think it would help some people out. We had another piece of software, but you could only do walk around and some other checklists. Chris, that's a good point. I told my company, because I've been using VR for the last 5 years, and that's what I used on my initial training. I pulled up the Aerosoft CRJ, put on VR, I did all my flows and all that stuff through the VR. And it's first of all, using the sim, having background sim knowledge is already incredibly helpful, but using the sim for flows and checklists and all that kind of stuff is immensely supportive. So I was telling them they should, they should ditch the IPTs, the ground-based training, the ones that don't move sims, and just give us VR at the CAE at the training center. And it'd be really cool just to use that. All right, guys, we're in the Syria map. Back in the Herc. This is a cool skin on it. Let's go through the skins. I'll show you guys what skins are on it. We'll go from the top to the bottom. That's the first one. Oh, it changes the prop tips too. That's kind of cool. Delta Airlines, that's awesome. I would have had some flight with this. Luftwaffe, yeah. Royal Australia. That's cool. I like that one. the RAF. That's cool too, the Canadian skin. I like that. Yeah. The Blue Angels, awesome, awesome, awesome. Obviously, a lot of U.S. Air Force airplanes for obvious reasons. Go back to the Canadian skin. Actually, let's go back to the Canadian skin.
Request refueling.
I can't wait to fly this in VR, guys. The VR experience in this will be like so much better. Let's open our door. Let's head back here. Now I'm catching on, guys. I'm catching up. Oh, it even changes the interior, I think. The color, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think anything. Oh my god, that's clickable. Use only and air. Use only and air. Okay. I want to click this so badly right now. I'm not going to. We'll do it later in here. Alright, let's go back here. Let's load the Moab up. Because that's basically what I'm trying to accomplish. If you haven't told already. Let's bring you over there. Take an E? I don't know what the difference is. Timer. Like a timer of the charge or something? The Charlie Westtail flashes the plane I fly in. Okay, then we're going to put that on. Should have said that from the beginning. Charlie West is nice. Charlie Westtail flash. Okay, there it is.
Request refueling.
That's for you, Mr.
Request
Chris.
rearming.
That's cool.
Copy.
Put this back on. I can consider this loaded, or not loaded. I can consider this armed, or do I have to arm it once it's on the airplane? You guys let me know. There it is, all loaded up. Hello, do you have any idea why my C130 will not start to roll? The parking brake is most likely on it or chock. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to hold both rudder pedal brakes, hold both brakes, and then you're going to click that down. And then you can release your brakes. So press the brakes on the pedals, right click to bring up, left click to bring down. But you have to have your rudder pedal brakes depressed, both of them. So I assume I have to arm this in the air. I can't do anything on the ground with it, correct? Unlock? Oh, I just unloaded it. Loaded. I don't know what that means, Mr. Moza. Alright, well I'm going to say this is loaded up to the best that I can do. I'm going to go back up in the air.
guys do door open takeoffs? Or no?
Might be a bad idea, probably. All right, flaps are already set. Technically, it should. Well, actually, I don't know if this auto counts my new gross weight. It probably doesn't. But it said to take your horsepower and -2 from it. So we'll do that.
Our fuel latitude 106, 121 it says.
I guess I can look up my gross weight here. It's 143.4. 143.4. Oh, I can't edit it. Oh, it's because my payload. So let's add. How much does that thing weigh in the back here? 22,000 pounds. All right. There we go. Awesome. We've edited it there. Does this update this, however? 0.0. Wind is 0 at 0 as well. Didn't really update it, but damn, keep coughing. Feeling the index. I forgot how to get to that page where I type in the numbers. There's a new TCAS-based system on the horizon, apparently. Oh, that's cool. Beanie, welcome. Thanks for being a member, by the way. You can update the payload weight under MC Indeed weight balance. MC weight balance. Payload. Load/arm. They're killing me with this stuff. What is it, a 172? I don't even know where that would be. I guess the arm would be here. Nope. 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 855. Nope. Oh, it's the full thing. Okay, thank you. 22,000/855. Ah, thank you. Takeoff CG too far aft. Well, that's good. It tells you about that. Let's unload it. Oh, I guess I have to open the door for that to happen. Having fun yet, guys? I am. All right, let's go back inside. Unload that. Reload it. Reload here. I'm gonna walk backwards. Okay. Now, do you do it from where the end of it is, or the start of it is? Or the middle point? 665. Probably the middle. Can't copy. Too far forward, for fuck's sake. Center of gravity. We're gonna play the game of just keep telling it numbers until it shuts up. Because it's a game. And I just want to go out. Alright, that will work. Cool. Still a minute there. Alright, let's just go for it. Parking brake off. Flaps are set. Gears still obviously still down. Bit of a run up. Wait, is the door still down? Yes, the door still down. Just kidding. This is obviously not how you fly this aircraft. Just put that out there. Although that should be pretty self-explanatory, because you should never learn how to fly an airplane on YouTube. Yeah, I picked 700 and it said it shut up, so... It's absolutely insane to me how slow this thing requires to take off. Absolutely insane. Alright, go gear up. You should try an empty max effort. What do you mean that? Like, you mean like completely empty? We did a takeoff when the cold and dark startup has it taken off at 97. I was already blown away. Like our RJ rotates are like the slowest I've ever seen is like 120s. But it's empty. Like on a usual day, we're at the 130, 140 range. Alt cell for that. We'll go ahead and go. Turn the autopilot on. And IS. Why it's turning that way? Oh, I'm a dumbass. I turned the air deflectors on. I promise I'm better. Not this air.
1,000 to go.
What? Oh, 1,000 to go.
Autopilot.
Alright.
Autopilot.
I didn't press that. MC130J is going to be great. What's the standard takeoff weight of the CRJ? Standard takeoff with the RJ? Average day, about 68,000 pounds, 69,000, somewhere around there. I'll say 72,000 pounds. But we can go, our max takeoff is 84,500 pounds. That's the max we can go. Yeah, I hope that air reflectors. Take her back to MX. Don't know what that is either. This is MiG-29? It is. Alright, let's try to go back and arm the bomb this time. So first off, let's turn the aux pump back on. Second, let's go ahead and open our door. Really, really appreciate you guys stopping in. Alright, doors open. You got the... it's all just kind of spluttering about. Let's open the deflectors as well. Why not? Well, they probably wouldn't. Maybe they do. Probably do. Would sound like a good idea. Lost a little bit of drag off that. A couple of knots there. Put a little bit extra power in. All right. Now, how do I arm this thing?
Airborne, ground speed 258.
Actually, let's see if we're under that. Or 257. Let's go back a little bit. Unless it's just telling me what my ground speed was. Oh, it's just telling me what my ground speed is. All right, never mind. All right, I thought it was like a maximum figure. You don't need to. You don't need to arm it. Well, I dropped it last time and nothing happened.
So I'm assuming there's some sort of something unlock. I don't want to click that just yet.
Is there a check for braking it for shooting it? Make sure we're not going on the mountain. F6. And F6 is not just a new cam.
Alright, we're back. cool stuff. This is so in depth, guys. F6 after bomb release. Yeah. Alt F4. Okay. Yeah. So the problem, just trying to work out how to arm this thing to get it to go. I know how to drop it, but last time I dropped it, it didn't explode. There it goes. I can't F6, by the way. The F6 is... Oh, there we go. There we go, sailing away. Oh, it's just a shockwave on the ground. That is a big hit. Alright, guys. Well, let's go ahead and... close the door, deflect the doors as well, and then we're gonna go land. I think what it might have been, Chris, is I don't think I put a parachute on the last one, so I think it just fell to its death, but I'm not sure. I successfully dropped it with having no idea how I did it. that'll be that for next time. Aux button can go off, I guess, and
Autopilot
engaged. Let's go ahead and give you guys the camera back up here so you guys can see. There we go. This airplane hand flies so well with the Moza yoke. So well with the yoke. Our APU door is still open.
Checkout secured.
Yeah.
Checkout
Let's
secured.
turn that guy off.
Checkout secured. Checkout secured. Checkout secured.
Alright, we're gonna shut you up. Yeah, this would be awesome in VR. The HUD makes everything so simple too. The HUD is beautiful to just hand fly with. In the RJ, I'm an FO in the RJ, so we don't get a HUD. We're just like this. Oh, look at that! There's runway right there. All right. You guys don't do combat descents in this thing, do you? Put it in the beta. You guys do forward slips with this guy? We can't in the RJ. We're not supposed to because of the swept back, but I would assume you can do it in this because of the wing design. There's full left rudder. It doesn't really give you all that much, so. I'd rather use A10 for air. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. The A10 is an attack aircraft. That's what it's meant to do. This is definitely a lot of fun. I think where it's going to shine is multiplayer servers. Yeah, opens up new logistics, making things interesting. It really does. And unfortunately, this airplane's success depends upon the mission designer. AP door not closed. Well, that's not good. Close it. There's probably a certain speed it can close at or something. I don't know. The RJ AP can be used all the way up to 37, as long as it's already been started. Below at 31,000. Whatever.
1,000 to go.
Dude, I'm loving the C130. Again, the success on the C1, like aircraft, technically speaking, flies well to me. The systems are very in depth from what I can tell for a 130 novice perspective. I don't know much about the 130. So it's really, really cool stuff. The load manager is really awesome. The problem that I see it having is a place in DCS. DCS is a combat flight sim, so let's figure it out. So it's up to the mission designers and mission creators to really make this aircraft worth it. So I see rotor heads being a really good server for this one, as long as the logistics can be made correctly. Do fly out of the sense at 250. Okay, sounds good. Cool. I guess this is the glow masters that do that reverse thrust kind of in-air spoiler thing. Where are you going? Come back from bones? I don't know what that means, sorry. Yeah, it is great to see people flying it finally. You're not obviously supposed to do steep turns to finals, guys, but you know, that's what you come here for. Alright guys, we're geared down, full flap. We did actually a circuit earlier, other than us over freaking flying the field. It went quite well. Let's see how we can land it. I'm assuming a landing speed of roughly about, or approach speed of roughly 110, 105, somewhere around there. I'm completely ballparking it. You can check it, I'm sure. But we're just on a day one launch, having a good time. Landed it twice, both landings went quite well. I'm assuming this airplane's quite easy to tail strike, so I'm not going to go too much on the flare. Let's check our speed here. I'm impressed of how little effect I feel of pitch with the increased power. It's not as pronounced as I thought. 40 feet, 30 feet. 20 feet, 10 feet, not trying to over flare it. We're in the reverse. Look at the shaking going on, that's really cool. We're going to engage my nose steering button, but I'm going to be very, very tame with it. I do think it has potential to bring the MSFest crowd DCS, although the MSFest crowd are very particular when it comes to their airplanes. They like to, they're very interesting people. Anyways, parking brake's on. We're going to end the stream there, guys. I think that was a pretty good day one stream. We did a full cold and dark startup with the in-sim training tutorial, which is a very, very good sign of a good developer. If a DCS module has no training missions on launch, Razbam, I have suspicion about them. Anyways, training missions were good. Easy to follow along. A couple of glitches here and there, but went well overall. Thank you so much for the subscriptions, by the way, 'cause you guys are killing it with the subscribers and likes. We also did a takeoff, some steep turns, some landings. We finally got to drop the Moab, loaded some stuff, and figured out how the back end kind of worked a little bit. And so hopefully this was a good day one launch party for you guys to kind of see what the C130 is all about. If you guys already know about it, then go buy it, go fly it, and we'll see you in DCS. If you guys want to join the Discord, feel free to do so. It's my Discord mainly for flight simming in the CRJ, as that's my airplane that I fly in real life. But you can post C130 and DCS stuff there as well, so no worries about that. Lastly, thank you to the channel partners and the channel members. We will see you guys all next time. Be sure to check out the description for any links and discount codes as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the great turnout today. We will see you later on. Bye-bye for now.